My save game still works, by the way. The same save game I've been using for the last 5 years.
What the fuck? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a goddamn second. We are not, no, we can't do this. We need context, dog. I need context. What the fuck was that? Yo, Zahn is on and here to binge every Satisfactory video by Let's Game It Out. In my curiosity to look at his recent Satisfactory video, I was presented with horrors beyond my imagination that led me to want to get some context before getting into it. I'm not going to hold you here for much longer other than it's all going to be in one video. It was all in one sitting. I'm going to be completely blunt. I don't know how it's going to look in terms of reaction, but I did it all in one stream, and I just felt like it'd be appropriate to just put it all together rather than just separating it. So, yeah. So, anyways, without further ado, here is the reaction. Actually, wait. There was someone that I wanted to watch, mostly out of the fact that like people keep on talking about how how insane Let's Game It Out is in Satisfactory. I keep hearing about it, so I'm just kind of curious. I guess the thing is, I don't know which one to look at. Like, what would be the perfect Satisfactory video from Let's Game It Out to get an idea on just how insane he is compared to Reggie? Because I saw people making the bold statements that, oh god. Oh wait, the vertical factory. Fucking Reggie was just talking about that. Okay, I'll hear you out.
Josh, welcome.
I'll hear you out on this one.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. Yeehaw! It's time for
Satisfactory.
Satisfactory. The game is officially out after many years in early access, which means it's time for us to jump back in and see what new wild stuff we can do. My save game still works, by the way. The same save game I've been using for the last 5 years.
What the fuck? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a goddamn second. We are not, no, we can't do this. We need context, dog. I need context. What the fuck was that? No. We have to go back. We need to start from the beginning.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Game It Out. I am Josh, and today we are checking out Satisfactory. Coffee Stain Studios, thank you so much for the key. So this is kind of a like factory building assembly line kind of game. I think the first thing we're gonna try and do is just discover the game together, understand how it works, and then we'll do the thing that we always do where we try to play the game not exactly as intended. So let's get right into it.
Not exactly.
New name, session name, probably a mistake.
Oh boy, we're off to a great start.
In space, and just like every factory job starts, you get dropped out of orbit onto a planet. Hope I can breathe. I'll be taking this flashlight with me. Hold it as awkward as possible. Okay, so we got our scanny gun where we just hit a button on it and it scans. We need to find some iron ore. I'm holding
I at least
my
have
little
some
taser
context
rod, and looks
from
like we
Reggie's
got some,
video.
looks like the locals are not exactly excited to see me, so we're gonna take care of them.
Jesus!
Remember that
There's
part
two of them.
working in a factory where you have to fight? Oh, jeez. Okay, that's one of you. Did I get you?
Ooh, okay.
I got you all right. I'm also picking up leaves whenever I can. I'm not really sure what they're for yet. I'm sure it'll reveal itself to me. Oh, pale berries, huh? What can I do with this pile?
Eat it.
Okay, it's inside me now. Gave me a little health. What might this be? Oh, is it a creature? Oh, it's a creature. Oh, I didn't like it.
God.
All right, fine. Look, sir. I just
Jesus,
want to start my
yeah?
factory, and you're stopping me. I'm looking at my compass there, and there's a little icon telling me where to go. Oh, yeah, we're getting better at this. I'm not afraid of these things at all anymore. Yeah, buddy. Oh, now I got a taste for blood. Come here, you.
Oh, God, no.
I love it. Big ol' arms, tiny little hawk face. Come here. If I just keep hitting this guy in the butt, can I take him out? Oh, yeah. Are you stuck on the landscape? Come here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Feels
right to the tape.
This is like a factory building game, and I've turned it into like innocent creature torment.
Oh,
well,
he's
now
dead.
I feel bad. Oh.
Alien carcass.
There he goes. Whoa. Oh, hey, look at that. You
Oh.
can bounce off this dude.
Huh?
Oh, this is gonna get me killed. That's all that's gonna happen here. Is this is how I die. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, my legs. Oh, I deserved it. Hey, what's this? You're lucky up there that I can't just kill kill you. I guess we should
Oh
make
my
a
God,
factory.
he's so
Okay, so we need to
bloodthirsty.
get iron ore. So I'm using my scanning thing. As you can see, it's going far and wide. It picked up a bunch of ore everywhere. We're gonna go to the one heading this direction, 130 meters away. Give me it. Okay, let's build the hub, the heart of your factory. This is where you complete fix-it milestones to unlock additional blueprints of buildings, vehicles, parts, equipment, etc.
Oh wow.
Okay, well sure, we'll put it right here. It's probably a horrible spot, so let's do it. Done. Ta-da. Check it out. Okay, friends, guess what? It's time to access the hub terminal. I see. So we've got all these milestones. We need to be able to upgrade this all the way to get to tier 1, and it looks like we're eventually going to make a space elevator. Okay, we're selecting hub upgrade 1. It needs some iron rods. To make iron rods, we need iron ingots. To make iron ingots, you can just make them because I have iron ore. Oh, there you go. You just hold down the button. I just crafted for
manual crafting.
10 iron rods, so that's what I'm making now. Take those 10 iron rods, put them back over here. Have 10 iron rods. Upgrade hub. Done and done. Things are starting to look a little bit spruce around here. Okay, now we're selecting hub upgrade 2, which requires iron plates, iron rods, and wire. So now it's time to build an equipment workshop. Put you right, I don't know, here, I guess? I don't know what makes sense. Okay, so here's our equipment workshop. We're gonna build a portable miner, but to do that, we need copper wire and cabling. So we're looking for copper ore now, so we're gonna switch our scanner over here to copper. Ta-da! Finding
so now I'm actually seeing how the game runs.
Still looking
okay.
for the copper ore though.
Or at least this wasn't back when it was early access.
This looks like something beautiful. Sulfur, huh? All right. I'm sure all this stuff will come in handy. Copper. Whack, whack, whack. This is one of those games where you kind of have to start out slow, where you're mining everything yourself, but as you start to automate everything, it gets a lot more exciting because you spend most of your time just trying to find ways to streamline the process, which I guarantee you is more fun than it sounds. Now that we have enough copper, we can go back.
And I haven't even tried Satisfactory. I've only played Satisfactory adjacent games.
As I make them, you can see how much wire I can make. Okay, so now let's make some wire. Boop, 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 boop. So now we're making the iron rods. Now let's go ahead and take a bunch of that stuff, put it into this guy here. 10 of those, 10 iron plates, 50 copper wire, upgrade. Oh, well, would you look at that, huh? Okay, hub upgrade 3. Gonna need a couple more things. Our scanner can now search for limestone, which is nice. But the first thing we're gonna do is, now that we have our copper, we can make one of these portable miners. First, let's make some cabling. And done. Now I'm gonna take my portable miner here, which is covering
it's covering the majority of your screen, dog.
Right? That's how it goes. You're just gonna go to town on it? What are you gonna do? Oh yeah, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that beaut, huh? You just keep doing what you do. I love you. So because we have limestone, we can go ahead and start making concrete right now. We need 10 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we'll make more cables. And now I need to make reinforced iron plates.
At least it seems instant. It's not just like kind of you sitting there and
I'm gonna need the regular iron plates, but also 24 screws. So I need 2 more iron plates. There's one, and that's more than 2. But I also need 75 regular iron plates. So let's go ahead and just make a ton of ingots here. And I can make a smelter, which I'm gonna use to make ingots faster here. For now, I'm just gonna put this thing right here, because that makes no sense, but whatever. So if I tell it I want iron ingots, and I give it all of my iron, but now it's gonna need power. So first we gotta make biomass out of my leaves here. Good thing I was picking those up the whole time. And I'm gonna put my biomass over here into the biomass burner. Have some biomass. So now that is burning. We're gonna turn it off for now because it's not actually connected to anything. Okay, so we're gonna take our power here. Oh, I can just run it straight to this. Perfect. There we go. So now I've connected these 2 things like that. Now, if I'm led to believe correctly, that means when I turn this guy on, it's running some power now, and this guy is running, and it should be taking the ingots I gave it. Perfect. It's just making ingots for me. Gonna make some screws. Now I can make some reinforced plate, and now I have enough stuff to upgrade this guy again. Upgrade the hub. Ta-da! Look at that. Look how complete this thing is looking, huh? I've actually got like a living quarter now with 2 beds. I don't know if I can use any of this stuff, but I'm glad it's here. So the thing I want to figure out is, how do I get this to get over to this without me having to do anything? I'm gonna bring out my little tool here, take it back, build our smelter right here like this, so that the input is on the left and the output is on the right. Ta-da! We're gonna build a constructor, and we're gonna put that like right there. And now we're gonna connect them with this here conveyor belt. So now it's processing the ore, and it's just taking it right on over to here.
God,
so
it's so nice seeing the automation slowly begin
for a while. So now it's just making the iron plates as they come through. See, isn't that nice? Just keeps on going. Nothing's connected here on the other end, so I would just open it up and I would like take the iron plates for now. But what I want to do is figure out how to get this guy to deliver stuff right into there so I don't even have to touch this stuff. For now, though, we're trying to do hub upgrade 4. Upgrade hub. Oh, I bet this miner thing is how we do it. Cool, we have 2 of these things now. Okay, so we're going to select hub upgrade 5. This is the next thing we need to do. Our objectives are not all that crazy. It's just a lot more of what we were already building. As great as this guy's been, we are going to replace it with this miner here. We're going to put it right there like that. There we go. Let's go ahead and make some more conveyor belts. So that's going to go from there over to there like that. See, there we go.
God,
now it's just going to mine that, and I don't have to do anything.
There's not
So
much for
while
me to
this
say. It's just
production's going
nice
on,
to
I think it would
watch.
behoove me to find some copper ore around here. 100 meters and some change away. This one up here is as close as we're going to get. So first, let's get
Keep
the good
gathering
stuff
more
out of
them
the way here.
leaves.
Yeah, you know, that's not too far away. We'll just, you know, conveyor belt it all the way over there. Okay, so that was kind of a taste how the game is supposed to be played, but I think with this next machine, we can find a way to make it a little bit more our style. Let's go on a magical journey.
How?
Okay, let's take it to about there. Oh yeah. How stupid will this game let me get? Like, can I just run this around? It's like, no, don't stop it. So let's see if I like put it like that. There we go. Okay, so we'll put that like that. And now I'll use you to turn. Great. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, yep. Don't fight me on this. Okay. I love watching it catch up with me too.
Why are you-
Oh, can I thread the needle under it? Oh yeah, we can. See if we can't get that to come back up here.
Oh God, why are
So
you
I
the way
put a
that you
ramp like
are?
this. Oh yeah, these ramps are gonna allow for a next level nightmare. Let's connect you over.
Why are you
Wait,
the
can I
way
have-
that
oh,
you
that's
are?
Just the finest. You can rest. the
You even
conveyor belt
just
on another conveyor
started.
belt. Compliments to the chef. This might take a little doing because the game wants to do this the correct way. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's put it right there like that.
Oh my God.
Obviously, it should have to loop back around and
What the
through.
fuck, are
It's
we
like
fucking
your
tying a
shoes,
knot?
Except it's a conveyor belt, so it wouldn't really be us to just run a wire from here to there, which is what we need to do for power. So we're gonna do it the way I see that will look the most cosmetically appealing. You know, I thought
Cosmetically
it would look
appealing.
worse than it does. It actually, I mean, it's stupid, but at least
just
there's
looks
some
like a
uniformity
walkway.
to it. And then we're just gonna have one long one that goes from here all the way to home base. Okay, so we're gonna put our smelter right there, looking great, and we'll actually connect that so that it actually does something. We're gonna put the constructor a little bit further away, and then we'll go ahead and connect the conveyor belt.
We're gonna have
in
a
the
direct
most
line.
roundabout
Oh,
way
of
possible
course we
here.
are.
Okay, let's turn on the machine, and I'll tell you how long it takes. It's coming to life. Here comes the first piece of ore. It's already been 1:45, and this is how far the ore has gotten. All you gotta do when you're making these conveyor belts is you have to ask yourself, what would an LA freeway look like? Here we are.
You know
3
what?
minutes
That's
in,
actually
the
a pretty good
most beautiful
analogy.
piles of copper ore you've ever seen. I'm really pleased to see it's able to clear this little hump here. Here we go. This is the very first piece of ore to make it.
I
You wanna know
mean,
how long it took to get here?
From what I recall in Reggie's video, you seem like you're fully capable of just completely clipping the fucking conveyor belt into each other, and it probably won't really do much.
5 minutes, 15 seconds. Oh, but its journey isn't done yet. It's still got to go down this conveyor belt, too. There it goes. The very first pile of ore, finishing its long journey. It only took 6.5 minutes. And there we go. And now we just need 500 wire. Oh, storage container. Look at this. Oh, yeah, we're going to need one of these for sure. Well, no sense in stopping the nightmare now. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll just put that right there like that. Okay. Why am I like this? Okay.
Why
and
are
this.
you like this,
Wait,
dog?
can I really just extend it all the way over there? Oh yeah, look at that. The journey of these spools is a cruel one. They need to get up to that little container up there. Their journey takes them all the way over here, past this.
Oh God, wait, it goes back?
around here. Nice tight little bend right there. Back down, all the way over here, and finally to their home. You know, at this point, I feel like this section right here is a little lacking. Ah, there we go. That's much better. Like
God.
this opening just needs to connect to this opening. So obviously the journey that should take is go all the way around, past the thing that's actually being produced, underneath the thing that's being produced, all the way around, over, up, and then finally it goes to where it's being produced. Right? That makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
totally.
now that we've created that abomination, let's go ahead and finally finish hub upgrade 5.
my God.
As a quick refresher, the things we needed were iron plates, iron rods, copper wire, and concrete. Here's your spools.
I got so caught up in the fuckery that I completely forgot that this was all just for a handful of stuff.
Here's your rods, plates, and here's your concrete. Upgrade. Well, that's exciting looking. So the thing that got added here is something called MAM, the molecular analysis machine, where I can go ahead and give it some of the things that I've collected over time. Let's go ahead and give it a pale berry right now and see what happens. Begin analysis. Cool, it'll analyze it for the next 5 minutes. Hopefully we'll get some more information on it. So we finished tier 0. Over here we've got tier 1 where they give us new milestones that we're supposed to reach. Tier 2, it also looks like we've got some other fun stuff. An assembler, a rotor for making a motor, chainsaw, jump pads. We've only really touched upon some of the things that we can do here. But let me know if you want to see more Satisfactory. This game is a blast. I want to promise to you that I won't make everything look this stupid in the future, but I think we all know we're just going to try and make it look even dumber. And hey, we can say what we want, but it totally works. Kinda. So that's gonna do it for this episode of Let's Game It Out. As always, I am Josh, and I will see you next time.
Yeah. We're off to a wonderful start. I mean, I've already gotten this far. Might as well just keep on going, keep the train going at this point.
Welcome back to Let's Game It Out.
We're just gonna binge it. We're just gonna binge it and see how far it takes us, how long it takes us.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Game It Out.
This will probably be a way to make up for the fact that I'm probably not going to say that much during this.
To catch you up, if you haven't seen the last episode, all you really need to do is look at this mess here. This is one of them assembly line games.
I'm drinking my coffee right now, bro.
Ways to extract minerals and then process them, or in my case, do it in the dumbest way possible. The overall goal, I think, is that we are trying to build a space elevator. Last time we got some of the way there. We finished off all of tier 0, and now we're moving on to tier 1 and 2, which is going to allow us to do all kinds of fun stuff like utility stuff and logistics stuff. But look at that. After we unlock these 2 tiers, that's when the space elevator begins. And obviously, that's when the fun begins. Each milestone to unlock, we have to get the materials down below where it says milestone cost. It's stuff that we've made before. Iron plates, iron rods, wire. The goal we're going to set is for this one because it gives us a conveyor splitter and a conveyor merger, which I think is going to be really helpful. Here's how we're going to get that stuff. We have these machines doing all the work for us. They get power from here. It goes on over to this machine here, which is mining iron ore. Sends it down this conveyor belt into this next machine. This machine melts it down. It sends the beautiful piles of ingots to the next machine, and this thing constructs what I ask it to. In this case, it's these iron plates, and all the plates are then collected into this container. We're doing the same thing for copper over at this abomination here. Whoa, what is that? Whoa, whoa, get away from my stuff, dude. Oh, also, we're on an alien planet. So once again,
just in case you've forgotten.
So while we could make everything streamlined like I have the iron stuff, we're probably going to make everything crazy like this, or crazier. Hopefully crazier. Okay, let's unlock logistics here.
Judging from what I've seen prior, I think it only gets crazy from here.
And 200 sheets of metal. Here we go. Ready for launch. Launch pod. All right, push. Where are you going? Wait, where are you going? Pod will return in 2.5 minutes. The good news is I can now make these conveyor splitters and these conveyor mergers. Oh, here it comes again. Welcome back. Where did you go? Looking at the milestone cost for all these things, they're all the same. It's just plating and pipes and copper. We can do this super fast, actually. All we really need to do is just gather the supplies, then we're all good. Which means we need to make our stuff with peak efficiency. I noticed that the smelter here, when the iron ore gets to it, it starts to pile up. I mean, you can just look at it and see that the ore is coming in at a faster rate than these things are coming out. So we're gonna split this off, give it 2 machines. First, let's put down another smelter.
Yes, increase efficiency.
Down. I guess right about here, why not? All right, connect the conveyor belt, and now we're gonna send the ore. One goes here, and the other goes here. And they kind of clip through each other because that's the kind of operation we're running here. And then for our little storage guy, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna split that off too. We're gonna give it the conveyor merger. I'll put a second constructor down, kind of horrible looking like that. Connect this conveyor belt there. Okay, now we have 2 things of ingots coming out like that. And then connect this to that, and this to that, and the side that it all pops out of will go into the storage thingy. But in the process of adding all of this stuff, I appear to be tripping a fuse, which if I just pull this thing, it's like, okay, and then it just kind of trips again over and over. So we're gonna have to add another source of power here, which is the biomass burner. We'll go ahead and put this eyesore up here. There it is, flying into existence. Nothing's being tripped anymore. Everything's working as intended. And now what we've got is we've got 2 machines here putting out ingots. We got 2 machines putting out these little iron iron thingies. Great. Next milestone we're gonna do is utility, because it gives us biofuel, the most energy efficient form of biomass. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, bye. Okay, now what I do is I take all the leaves I collected, I turn it into biomass, and I take that biomass and I turn it into biofuel. And then I take all that biofuel and I just shove it into these machines here. Here, take it. Because we have such efficient machines now, we have all the materials we need to just keep
all
on
about
going.
efficiency
So we're
now.
gonna select the milestone personal storage, give it all the materials it wants, and live life to its fullest. All right, fantastic. We can build personal storage boxes. They did already give us one, but more is always better. Can I just put it on the other one? Okay, well, let's put it second best place, just kind of out there in the open for everyone to enjoy. And now we're gonna select the last thing of tier 1. Launch again. That takes care of all of tier 1. Moving on to tier 2. Wait a minute, I can just build the space elevator now? Look at that, the stuff it needs isn't even that hard. We'll get that. Okay, new objective. We need to get that space elevator placed ASAP. So to make the space elevator, we're gonna need 500 concrete. To do that, we're gonna need something called limestone. We have a space to get it here, and I have these little portable miners set up right here, but they require some babysitting, so we're just gonna pick these guys up, and we're gonna put down one of the big ones. There it is, look at that. Place it right there. Ta-da! And we'll go ahead and connect power from there to there. So if our limestone mining thingy is right here, and our facility is right up there, probably the smartest thing to do is connect a conveyor belt here that just goes straight up there, similar to where the power line is. But we're not gonna do that. What we're gonna do is aim it the other direction and have some fun. Let's see, we're gonna take it over here, and we're gonna put it right there, ramp it right there like so. Okay, it's a good start. Basically, I wanna get up there. I think we can do it. Hey, good news, if you vaporize whatever was beneath it, you can just have this thing floating in midair, just like God intended. Okay, looks like it's flowing as needed. All the ore just comes right over here, then it hangs out on this water slide.
What the fuck, man?
I think it's peak efficiency. So once you get past this part over here, it comes on over here, and because I hate myself, I went ahead and put the smelter right here, floating in midair uncomfortably. Funny story, turns out we can't smelt limestone yet. I'm sure that'll unlock shortly, I hope. But until then, this thing is unfortunately jammed. So what I'm gonna do temporarily is put a storage container up here. We're gonna remove this part of the conveyor belt, and we're gonna add a conveyor belt going right into the storage container there. So at least we'll be collecting all of this limestone in the meantime. Oh, and in case you're wondering, it takes about 12 minutes for the ore to get from start to finish.
Jesus,
so let's go ahead and unlock the color gun now. As always, just hand over all the things it wants and launch that bad boy into space. Bye, have a good trip. All right, I gotta build me this color gun. Gimme. Here we go. Here we go. Color gun, color gun, color gun, color gun. There it is, my color gun. Ooh, look at all these colors we can have. Ooh, 3 shades of pink. He's still my heart. Let's go with the dark pink. And obviously, no color gun is complete without color cartridges. Ta-da! It's like a paintball gun. Well, it looks like a paintball gun because it pretty much is a paintball gun. So, wow. Okay. You just shoot everything and it just changes color. I like it. Now, a smart person would use this stuff to color code things, but right now, I'm just doing it for funsies. How far can this reach? Can I hit this guy way over here? Oh, yeah. Next, we're gonna work on obstacle clearing because it gives us a chainsaw. All right, let's go use it on... Oh, I need fuel. Let's just go take it from our machine. I can't wait. There we go. Oh, boy. All right, let's go try this guy out. Can I use it on my own buildings? It won't let you use it on your own stuff. Oh, but this all looks promising. Come here. Yep. Carve right through. Okay. There we go.
So what do you get?
I like that it
a
just
bunch of leaves,
wolves,
and
what about these guys? Can I do it to these guys too? Yep. Okay.
Take it all.
Thankfully, he leaves his right hand free to continue to just swipe leaves at the same time he runs around. Oh, you want some? Is it go time? Yeah. Come here. You want a piece of this? I don't think you can fight with this thing, which is most unfortunate. Wow, that really makes a lot of wood, doesn't it? So I'm just waiting on my production to make enough stuff.
Yeah, now I kind of want to play the game now. Fuck!
Another project we're gonna work on. We have over
here for
3
peak
ore
efficiency,
deposits, and we're gonna add those into our factory. So let's get this stuff out of the way first. Okay, so that exposes 1 and 2 and 3. We're gonna put these miners on them. There we go. There's one of them. There's the second one. There's the third one. There's all 3 of them. Okay, so hold on this for a second. We're gonna add some more production stuff. Man, this is a lot of running though. This going back and forth is getting real tiresome. So I think it's time to unlock the jump pads. Jump pads, come to me. So like if I want to get over here quick, I'm assuming that means I just take a jump pad and put it right here like that. Do I just jump on this and yep, here we go. Oh, you know, I really didn't think about this. Huh, it's weird, I appear to be dead. Well, at least we know exactly where we're gonna land. So if I were to like put a jump pad back the other direction, I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Okay, there we go. I think I aimed it right so that, yep, landed right on it. Okay, then, I understand. Just gotta move this back a little bit. This should about do it. Let's try this. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Gonna land right on it. Oh yeah, it just launches you right back. Let's try one of these jelly pads now. I think that should be about right. Look at that. It's a big Jello mold. No way I can screw this up. That works just great. This is very nice. Much better for getting around. So pretty much for the moment, we're gonna make this probably better. I took these 3 mining stations, set them up so it's still pulling ore, and it's gonna send them through these 3 smelters here, and then it's gonna send them all into these containers with the ingots. So at least I'm collecting ingots while we go.
This
I'm
is
also
getting
sorry
ridiculous.
to say, but I don't think there's a way to launch stuff off of a jump pad. We're gonna finish the final tier 2 milestone part assembly and give me the launch codes. Okay, that's cool. Well, we unlocked all these tiers. Let's go back to working on the space elevator, which is gonna require a bunch of stuff that we can easily get right now. So let's get right to it. In order to assist production, we're gonna actually do something over here with these conveyor belts. We're gonna set up some constructors right here so we can start making the stuff we need. So we put 3 constructors down just like so, and in a typical inefficient way, we're gonna go ahead and make a weaving thing with belts. The ingots pop out of the containers here. They go through the assemblers over here as fast as they can. We have 2 assemblers making iron plates and 1 making iron rods. They all go into one little junction thing over here, and they all get fed into this guy here, which is slowly but surely collecting everything. And of course, the next step to that is we need to get this back over to home base over yonder, so we're gonna have to run some conveyor belts. Okay, so I finished building out this conveyor belt. I don't really know where to begin. It's kind of a disaster. I mean, it just goes for a while. When I look over at the mess, it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Lagging.
None of this is necessary, by the way. Oh, my frame rate. So I kind of just weaved in with the other stuff, and it just, you know, oh god. I don't even know where it starts and ends at this point. Like, it kind of comes and goes wherever it pleases. Comes up here for a little while, all the way up here, and then back down. While I'm up here, I should point out that my limestone production has gotten really advanced. I've had so much build up over time. I had to build several containers like so, and the way it works is the conveyor belt brings it into the first level, and to make sure it doesn't get filled up, it exits out, swirls back around, goes to the second level, and through a series of building upon itself like a coiled snake, it eventually finds its way up to the third one. Anyway, back to this guy. It eventually makes its way all the way over here, reaches back over to the mainland, as we'll call it, and now we're back in familiar territory. We find that it eventually meets up here with the little junction box thingy, and it shoves all of it into this nice container over here. And there it is, all of our extra materials. Now that that's handled at long last, let's make the space elevator. But where to put it? So if our main base is up there, let's just put it near this abomination. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, here we go. There it is, space elevator, all kinds of materials flying in to take care of it. And scene. There's our space elevator. What's it doing? Is it like a transformer? Looks like some legs doing something weird, kind of unsightly. Whoa, whoa. Oh, now those legs are holding a, that's, let's forget the legs thing I was talking about. Okay, well now I can't unsee that. Are you done doing your business? Okay, so we need to configure the space.
Oh god, that created a really weird image. Bruh.
Elevator. Project assembly platform. Delivery will unlock tiers 3 and 4. This is it? I can totally do that. Hold on. I'm not even gonna automate this. I'm just gonna build them right now. Eventually, though, I will automate this. Already done. Let's go load this thing up. Okay, so load. Now let's seal it. There they go. Okay, bye. Is it time to send? Let's do it. There goes the parcel up the space elevator, I assume. Oh, space elevator is having a little conundrum over there. Is it doing what it needs to do? Is that the package going away? Okay, I'm gonna assume that did it. Let's go back and check out what the new tiers look like. That unlocked tiers 3 and 4. Let's see what kind of fun stuff we have here. Oh wow, look at this. This is where stuff gets good. We have a tractor which can move on its own. Truck station for the tractor. Coal power. Oh no, there's a better conveyor belt. Well, looks like we got a project ahead of us, right? To retrofit all of our old conveyor belts with new ones.
Can you like easily do it, or
there's a Mark III conveyor belt? Why would I even bother with the Mark II one if I know there's a Mark III I can go to? So it looks like we got lots of goals here, lots to accomplish. I feel pretty okay with the crime against humanity we did over there with the conveyor belt system, but I know that next time we're gonna have to kick it up a notch, so I gotta brainstorm what we can do next. If you have any suggestions for what we can do to make this even sillier,
this has only been 2 videos and it's getting crazy.
That's gonna do it for this episode of Let's Game It Out. As always, I am Josh, and I will see you next time.
At this point, forget editing. I'm just gonna like take all of these videos. I'm gonna just react to all of them in bulk, or as many of them as I can in bulk, and then just fucking compile it all and then just put it out.
Hey everybody, welcome.
At that point, that seems like the best idea for me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Game It Out. I am Josh and we are doing some Satisfactory today. Satisfactory is a game where you make efficient machines, or in our case, the dumbest machines in.
I'm about to say, are you sure about the efficiency part? Because so far, it seems like you're just kind of doing whatever the fuck you want, dog.
Today, Satisfactory is a game where you make efficient machines, or in our case, the dumbest machines imaginable. We started with normal-ish looking machines that had at least some semblance of order to them. Doing things normal is like the last thing on the list though. So after getting the hang of it, we took an efficient procedure and made it a little extraneous. But at least you can kind of see what's going on here, right? It's taking raw copper, it's turning it into copper ingots, and then it's turning it into spools of copper. Easy peasy-ish. But not content with that, we went ahead and took it another step, and we took a rather easy process of making iron rods and iron plates and made it a little bit complicated, and that's pretty much what we're gonna keep doing. Last episode we also built the space elevator, which is this hulking beast right here. Space elevator demands a sacrifice to unlock new stuff. Right now it wants 500 modular frames and 150 motors. Those aren't so much hard to come by, so much as it's gonna take a while to produce them, so we're gonna make the machines that will do it all for us. Back at home base here we also have a machine that will unlock different things as soon as we give it the right materials. Basically we select one of these milestones here. We unlock it via the milestone cost, and then it'll unlock some select things. This one's pretty interesting. It'll unlock a tractor. I think we can either automate or hopefully drive it around. We have a machine that we're going to use that we didn't use last time called the assembler, which we feed it 2 components and it'll make the stuff for us. That's going to require us to fix a couple of things though. Right now we have this cargo unit collecting both iron rods and iron plates. We're going to have to separate this out so it's only feeding iron rods so we can push it through with screws to the assembler. But this disaster here starts a long way back. Let's take a quick sprint across this conveyor belt to show you what mess I've made over here. You know, I made this bed so I gotta sleep in it, but basically what happened is I have a bunch of machines way the hell over here making the rods and the plates, and I had them feeding all the way over to home base where we just were, because I kind of wanted everything centrally located over there. So this stuff takes a pretty massive journey. I think it takes like 15 minutes to get from start to finish.
15 minutes?
Through all this nonsense. So this is the beginning of the iron plates and the iron rods. It's this ore. We got 3 piles that get fed into these 3 machines here. They get shot out as to iron ingots here. They go into these 3 machines here, of which 2 of them are making plates and 1 is making iron rods. They all get pushed into this little merger unit here. All this stuff goes into this storage container, which then pops out the other end here and has that horrible, horrible journey in the background there. This game is all about efficiency for other people. For us, it's about taking this problem and making it worse. Oh, also, we're on an alien planet, ruining its ecology, basically. So pretty much our first task is going to be to separate out the plates and the rods. And I can think of a pretty easy way to do that. We're just not going to feed rods into this thing anymore. For now, the rods are just going to pile up here. This thing is now only spitting out plates. Over time, the rods will disappear from this conveyor belt. And hey, you know what? Let's send these rods individually the only way I know how. Let's build an entire second conveyor belt system for them. All we gotta do is move this.
Oh god,
like
what the hell?
that. The best part about the conveyor belt system in this game is it really lets you just put this stuff wherever you want. I think the idea is you can make it like diverse and normal and stuff, but that's not really what we do. So instead we abuse what they allow us to do. One of the comments I got was that we should try and see how high this thing can go, and I can think of no better way to do that than to try it on our blessed rods here. So like I think if we just do a U-turn like that, just making a nice coil of pipe here.
God.
The best part about this so far is I know it's gonna look terrible. So it turns out we're a little too close to the space elevator, and when that happens we actually can't keep building, and it turns out I can just reposition the space elevator. So if I just grab this whole thing, does it just disappear? Yep. There it goes. Okay, so let's reposition the space elevator a little bit farther away. Look at that, we get to watch it build again. There we go, just a little bit further away. Surely I won't get close to it again. Still working on the tallest conveyor belt ever. While I'm working on it, let's go ahead and get the assembler set up. We can have it building stuff while we continue to work on that. Okay, we'll just put our assembler down right there like that. We're gonna feed it these beautiful rods. So before we send it straight into here, we're gonna do something a little more awkward first. We're gonna use a conveyor splitter. We're gonna send the rods into the conveyor splitter here. Here they come. One of these sides will indeed split rods right here into the assembler. Meanwhile, we're gonna set up a constructor over here, and we're gonna run one of the other splitters it right on over to the constructor. And we're gonna set this constructor to make screws. And then we will connect the thing that makes screws right on over to the assembler. Why screws, you ask? Here's our assembler, and we're gonna need to make all of these things. To make rotors, we need iron rods, which we're already making, and we're gonna need screws. And to make reinforced iron plate, we're also gonna need those screws. Because then eventually, we're gonna need to make these modular frames that are also going to need reinforced iron plate. So it's just gonna do us a world of good to have a lot of screws going on. Right now, I have rods and screws both going into the assembler, and now we're gonna set the assembler to make a bunch of rotors. There we go. Things are slowly feeding into this machine. The assembler's making them for us. Now we can watch as our beautiful rotors come out. And you know, actually, no sense in stopping there. Let's set up another assembler so it can be working while we mess around with something else. And instead of having the screws feed into just this one machine, we're gonna erase this part. We're gonna put down a lovely splitter here. One of the screws goes over there, and the other screw goes into that assembler. I've also adjusted my 3 constructors over here to only make plate now, which you can see is filtering into this guy here. And we're gonna send that into the other end of this assembler, and we're gonna set this assembler to make reinforced plate. And now we can watch the miracle of life as our beautiful reinforced plate makes its way down the conveyor belt. Okay, brace yourself, because the frame rate gets real bad. I spent a few hours building this out, and I can't tell you how high you can build something because I never got there, but I can tell you that it can go at least this high. It kind of eclipses the space elevator at this point. Something tells me you can go a lot higher up, but it's just the frame rate gets so bad that I just can't do much to get there.
Oh
I
God.
have to, like, look away from the thing just to not get killed by the frame rate. Let me give you a quick tour of it. It's to my advantage to stare straight out at the beautiful scenery, because if I look straight up, this is what happens. Oh, mercy.
Lord have mercy. It is a cyclone of conveyor belts
going somewhere, so I have to at least try to finish this conveyor belt in some way. Just gotta keep on climbing. And here we are. It's pretty beautiful up here
until you
turn
look
around,
inside. Oh my God!
Oh God, I fell.
Oh my God!
What's happening to my guy? Yep, there he goes. There he goes.
Oh my
We're
God!
actually too high to be able to just build anywhere else but back down the way we came. So that means, let's pull out our guy here. How far can I just launch this thing down? Pretty far.
Oh no, God, why?
It's gonna be a lot of this. It's gonna be a lot of this 1 frame per second stuff. Look at that. Towards the bottom, you can see my handiwork. That's what's eventually gonna bring the rods back over to us. Millions of years when it finally gets through this whole cyclone. And for maximum irony, I just run this thing in a straight path to where it's supposed to go. Now, the silver lining is we have all these plates we can use to upgrade stuff instantly. Not only do we have all those reinforced plates, but we also have all of these rotors. My God, this thing can basically blot out the sun now. That side of the map is now totally quarantined. We're gonna have to start building over here somewhere. Let's go ahead and unlock whole power. This sure sounds exciting. So let's give it some cabling and some copper wire and a bunch of rotors. There we go. Launch it. Well, would you look at this? We have a vehicles tab now. And there's our tractor.
Hey.
Well, let's build a tractor. Oh, look how cute it is. I'm gonna put it right here where I might not be able to get it out. There it is. I didn't realize we'd be able to see my little dude here. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Oh, good. It has a horn. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, this is the life.
I was
Damn, I'm stuck already. Maybe I can make it out right here, huh? Uh-huh. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Easy, easy.
All terrain,
right. We
baby.
can also locate coal now, which is what we're gonna do. Tell me where the coal is. Really? No coal anywhere. Wait, oh, there's coal. 606 meters. Let's go, boy. Oh, you know, I don't have enough fuel for this. Let's back up real quick. Uh-oh, I seem to have left the gas pedal going. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, it's fine. It's just hanging out over here. I guess it's making a home for itself. I'm gonna let it have some alone time while I get some more fuel for it. I'm definitely gonna have to get rid of this thing at some point. I can't actually, like, play the game. This thing here, like, everything is just chopping so bad. The next thing we're gonna upgrade is to the rebar gun.
Let it be a
So
reminder of what you can
all the things
do.
it wants. There we go. And launch. And let's go over here to our workshop and build the gun. All right, rebar gun, come to me.
Rebar
Look
gun.
at that, huh? Here we go. Put a piece of oh, wow. I'm just gonna fire it at my own equipment. Why not? Yep, that's rebar, all right. Can't wait to use my single fire rebar shooting thingy on a creature that didn't deserve it. All right, where's the car? Hello, car? You out here? Oh, there you are. Did you tire yourself out or what? Oh, geez, sorry. All right, we're nice and refueled. Let's get out of here. There we go. There's the coal. Heading straight towards it. Oh, it's just right over here? Why did I take the car for this? Whatever. Out of the way, nature. I don't care if there's a drop-off. This is the way to the coal. You tell me where the coal is, Oh, that's not good. You think the vehicle's gonna be okay? Yeah, I'm sure the vehicle will be okay. In heaven. Oh,
Jesus.
no.
No.
My stuff. I like how it shows me where my body is. Like, I don't think there's any coming back from that, but I guess let's go check. Oh, how considerate. All my stuff is just right here. Hey, do you guys want to bring back the car too? Car would be nice. Well,
Yeah,
while
right.
I'm out here, sans car now, I might as well see if I can find that coal anyway. Easy, guys. Easy, fellas. Damn it, that's where the coal is over there? Well, no wonder the car couldn't get over here. Is there any way over here? You know, I'm starting to think there's no way over there. Sometimes I'm looking around and I'm like, uh-oh, am I lost? Do I have like a guiding star or something? Oh yeah, I sure do. On the plus side, the Grand Cyclone has finally started to deliver rods. Okay, so I restarted the game.
Finally.
Help the frame rate a little bit. I mean, unless I look right at it, but let's just try not to do that. Before we go and build another Jeep and try to find that coal, let's start knocking out some milestones. We'll do this one just for the hell of it. It gives us Conveyor Belt Mark II, which is great and all. Transports up to 120 resources per minute, which is double the Mark I, which is what we're using right now. But like, if we click over to Tier 4 here, we already have Logistics Mark III, which will give us Conveyor Belt Mark III, which transports up to 270 resources. Of course, we're just gonna go straight to that, even though it needs like a bajillion motors, and I don't even know how to build those yet. But we'll learn. The motors, though, we do unlock. We just have to do steel production. We'll just go ahead and give Logistics Mark II all the things it needs, and launch. While we wait for the pod to return so we can do another upgrade, let's find the best place to put car number 2 down. Again, we're still looking for coal. Quick scan, let's see what we got. Let's see what's over here, 600 meters. That means we'll put the tractor right there. Look at that beauty. Oh, don't face me that way. Turn it around. Oh, there we go. I've got a good feeling about this. Whee! What's this thing? Out of the way. Yep, there we go.
Oh, it's dead. Jesus!
Let's see. Come on. Come on. We'll just take the long way through the enchanted forest. How do I get up to the coal? Are you guys gonna force me to come back with conveyor belts? Because I'll do it. Oh, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Ooh. They don't seem to want me to get up there the natural way. That's fine. Let's head back to home base, pick up some supplies. Let's unlock another milestone. This time we're gonna do steel production, which is gonna unlock all kinds of good stuff, actually. And launch. Look at this new stuff I have here. Miner Mark II. Look at these crazy materials it needs. Encased industrial beam, steel pipe, and then we've got this thing under smelters called the foundry. Smelts 2 resources into alloy ingots. So we're gonna go climb up to that coal the old-fashioned way, and then we'll see about extraction. Whoa, what the hell? What is this?
What the hell?
Looks like a crash site. Do we have any stuff I can take? Ooh, reinforced plate, I'll take that. What are these? Are these beams? Can I have this? Ooh, some motors, I like it. What about some body parts? You got any body parts around here? Press E to open drop pod. Let's see, this is where we find the bodies, right? Battery broken. Ah, geez. We need to charge this thing just to open it? That's fine. I just happen to have all the materials to put a biomass burner down right here. Ta-da! Okay, let's just give this thing a little power. There we go. And now let's... What's the problem? Oh, Jesus, are you serious? So we need something more powerful than that. Well, what if I hook up 2 of these things? Put a second burner right there. Put a power line right here. Connect this to that and this to that. 20 and 20, so 40 should do the trick. And now let's connect this power line to that. All right, nothing blew up. Let's see if that worked. There we go, operational again. Let's do this. Hello, what have we, a hard drive? Well, don't mind if I do. Well, we did it, boys.
A hard
Close
drive.
up all the resources, we're going
I remember
home.
Reggie
I love
mentioning
that you can
something
do
about
this.
a hard
I love that
drive.
you can just suck up the whole factory, put it back in your pocket. All right, well, that was great. Let's go get that coal now. We'll analyze that hard drive when we get back. So we need to get up there, and if making that tornado has taught me anything, conveyor belts can get that done. There's no way, right, that I can just take a conveyor belt and just aim it straight up here. Conveyor belts is too long. Okay, we'll see about that. There we go. Totally sound, driven by physics. Let's finally take a look at this coal up here. Oh, it's like untamed country up here. Here we go. Look, it's beautiful coal, which obviously we're just gonna send down a conveyor belt, and that's just gonna go right here. There we go. And to power that, we're gonna put a, ooh, look, a coal generator. Burns coal to generate electricity for your power grid. Has an input so feeding coal can be automated. I have a great idea. We're gonna build a coal generator right behind it. So between these 2 things, I'm gonna put a conveyor splitter right about
It'll be
there.
self-powering.
Conveyor belt from the front of this thing into the splitter, and I'm gonna have the other end of this feed right back into the machine. Put a little power line right there, connect this guy to here. There it goes. Now here comes coal going this way, goes into the splitter, heads right back in and powers itself. Oh yeah.
Self-powering.
Fantastic. All right, we still got some stuff left to do, but I hope you enjoyed what I did this time around. That's gonna do it for this episode of Let's Game It Out. I will see you
we got some
next time.
progress, my friend. All right. Next, as we progress through the videos, it is starting to really shape. Oh my fucking god. What is that?
Hey there, welcome back to Let's Game It Out. I am Josh, this is Satisfactory, where normal people make awesome streamlined factories, but that's not what I'm gonna be doing. Let me catch you up on what I've done already. I did this mess of a conveyor belt system. I also did this even bigger mess of a conveyor belt system.
Is your tornado
and then
still
I made
alive?
this tornado out
Yep.
of conveyor belts. We can't look right at it or our frame rate just dies. We have a lot of tiers we can unlock to unlock new kinds of equipment and gear. Last time we also found a wreckage site, which was kind of cool, so we have these hard drives that we can analyze, which we'll do at some point if I remember. And last we left off, we unlocked being able to use coal power, which is pretty cool because we can drill it, and then we can automate sending the coal straight to a power plant, which then powers the drill, which then keeps it going, so it's this perpetual powering machine, and we're kind of far away from home base, so we need to figure out how to get all this coal back. I sense we're going to use conveyor belts to do it, so let's see what we can do. I've got some ideas here. Alright, we're going to find a way to get this conveyor belt all the way down there. I'm just going to keep clicking until I find a spot that works. There we go. There we go. While we work on getting the coal sorted out, let's also make sure to keep upgrading this guy. Now we're going to upgrade to improved melee combat. That does allow us to buy this now. Let's go ahead and create that. See what our new melee weapon looks like. Oh, look at that, huh? Ooh, jeez. Ooh. Can't wait to beat up some wildlife with this thing. All right, so I've gone ahead and connected a conveyor belt here that goes ahead and sends this all the way home. Let me give you the quick tour. It really couldn't be more simple. You know, you just follow this down. We had to give it a nice gradual slope. Wouldn't be us if there weren't at least a couple of turns. Eventually, the coal takes you down this lovely pathway to what I like to call the conveyor weave, a beautiful interwoven masterpiece.
Oh my God!
So we can see all
why? Why are you the way that you are?
Go through each and every one of these,
and there's just some loose, like, conveyor poles.
It's only on the second little row. It's got to go through all of this.
My fucking God!
It reaches its landing point, which is right here, and then all we need to do is follow this beautiful little conveyor belt, and then a nice standard bob and weave pattern all the way home. And
of course.
I do mean all the way home. We're going to replace all of our biomass burners, which at this point I think we have like 6 or 7 of them. We're going to replace those with coal generators. So we need to create the splitting system so each one gets enough coal, but also so we can separate coal and use it for other crafting. First things first is one conveyor splitter. Put that right about there. And we're actually going to have a second one too, which we'll put a little further down here. And we'll connect this one first. We're going to put another splitter right over here.
I thought you were going to connect the other one over there first.
Belt from here to here. And then we're going to set up 3 coal generators right here. 1 and 2 and 3. There we go. Set this conveyor belt to go all the way over to this guy,
I was about to say.
because once again, we're just not normal. Great, so each one of these guys in theory is going to be able to get a little bit of power. That's the hope anyway. The last thing on tier...
Listen, if you're gonna weave the rightmost one to the center, at least circle it around the splitter and then connect it to the fucking center.
4 that we can unlock is logistics.
Like, you might as well
3,
go all in at that
us
point.
to make motors, which is somewhat more complex if we want to automate it. We would need to take our rotors, which are already being made, and we also need to connect them to stators. To make stators, we need to make steel pipes, and to make steel pipes, we just need steel ingots. Steel ingots are made with iron ore and coal. So pretty much we need to have a machine that's going to combine iron ore and coal. We're going to need a machine that takes those steel ingots and turns them into steel pipe, and then that steel pipe is going to have to be fed into a machine that's also making wire to then make the stators, and then we're going to have to send the stators to the same place that's making our rotors, and those together will make the motors. So let's get started. This shouldn't be that hard. We also have to give the space elevator some stuff, including some motors as well as some modular frames. Modular frames we don't quite have 500 of, but it shouldn't be too hard to make. After all, to make modular frames, all we have to do is combine reinforced iron plate and iron rods, which we can also automate. You know what I almost forgot about? Those hard drives. Here, have a hard drive. Start analyzing that. Tell me something amazing. The analysis of the hard drive is completed. No new research is available. Try again later after further progress. Your NA has been returned to you. But then it offers me this stuff. It offers me like an alternate blueprint. How about this one? This looks good. Because we're gonna need iron ore, which is currently coming out here.
Oh yeah, because they do give out alternate,
this little splitter
like,
right here
recipes.
And pull some of the iron ore out to use over on our other machine. Because this miner only pulls out this ore so fast, and then it's split 3 different ways, which means none of them are really getting enough ore. We're gonna upgrade this guy to a miner Mark II. First, we beam this guy out of existence. Now we put the new miner Mark II right where it was. Now we reconnect the conveyor belt. Look at that. That's much better. Like, it's not perfect, but at least everything's getting a little bit more. Oh my God, the coal finally showed up. Look at this. Oh my God. So I timed it. For the coal to get all the way from the beginning to the end, it takes 3 hours. We better not
3 hours?
starting side. Remember how I said the conveyor belt cyclone, you can't can't look at without the frame rate dying. Well, we're running out of places to go where that's not the case. Oh, there's a beautiful sight. Not only do we have the
that's so
conveyor
beautiful.
belt, but we have the vortex in the background.
Oh my God, it's a whole collage of
right now. Look at my guy's
frame
hands.
killers.
It's just 2 frames of animation going back and forth, going, this seems like a good idea, right?
No.
Surely the vehicle's not gonna have
No,
a
why?
right on this? Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna
Wait,
use
what?
this as our 1 frame per second tour vehicle. Well, to nobody's surprise, we're stuck.
Of
Yeah,
course.
this is fantastic. Everything's getting plenty of power. And now right here,
And
where
now
the
I guess
iron
the
ore and
vehicle's
coal's
gone.
coming
It's
out, we're gonna
lost.
put a foundry. Ta-da! And we'll connect that there. Connect that there. Great. And we'll configure the machine, of course, to make steel ingots. Yep, there they are. And now we're gonna put a constructor right here and run the foundry to the constructor and set this guy to make steel pipe. And for now, we're gonna have our steel pipe just go into one of these storage containers. In order to make the stators, we need to combine those pipes with wire, which is why we're back over here, where we're gonna run a conveyor belt all the way over to where it was. This game really wants you to do stuff vertically, which I totally get, but I like the idea of just making something as messy as possible. If it works, right? So now we have our copper wire on its way. Now we're gonna throw down an assembler. Looks beautiful, as always. Crissy-crossy the conveyor belts like that. Not a prerequisite, at least not for most. For me it is. Watch as the pipes and the wires crisscross all excitedly. And we're gonna tell this machine to make stators. And there they are. Would you look at that? And the last glorious step for making motors is we need to connect this with the machine that's making our rotors. So this container here has our rotors. We'll just run it over here. Oh yeah, rotors, come on down. So now we've got the rotors and the stators right next to each other. We gotta put the one thing into the hole for the other thing, which is gonna involve yet another assembler right there. Little crissy-crossy later. Everything's going into the places where they're supposed to go. And we'll set this machine to make motors. And there we go. We've got motors coming out. We made a motor baby. And they'll just collect in there until we have 500 million zillion of them. And the whole thing is automated. We don't have to do a thing. This will pretty much just go forever. There is another machine we need to make that will automatically make these modular frames, which is reinforced iron plate and iron rods. We're gonna do something similar like we just did. We're gonna go over where we have our iron rods coming out. We're gonna split it out. We're gonna have it aim next to the thing that's making the enforced plating. So way over here we have our reinforced iron plate, and this is the wildly convoluted place where we have a bunch of rods coming in and out of nowhere. So we're just gonna split off from here, and as always put an assembler back here. There we go. So we've got reinforced plating coming out there. We've got rods coming out there. We've got this beautiful cyclone in the background as always. And yes, I know I could have had this all go in a straight line, but where's the fun in that? Now we're gonna tell this thing to make modular frames. We're gonna put another storage container up here that we're gonna feed everything back into. Can't have it getting too far away from me. I don't want to run a marathon just to find all my supplies. We now have enough stuff to unlock Logistics Mark III, so let's definitely do that.
Now we
1, 2, 3, launch. Pretty exciting. We have bigger storage containers, but most exciting is we have Conveyor Belt Mark III. Conveyor Belt Mark I transports 60 resources per minute, but Mark III does a blazing 270. You know what? These coal plants are so awesome, and I have so much extra coal. I'm gonna go ahead and build 3 more plants right behind it. Let's put it right about there, and there, and there. And I'm gonna remove this guy here, and I'm gonna have 1 splitter here, and then those splitters are gonna split to there. This one will go like that, and this will connect to that. So I've added a splitter here, and one side goes over here, splits 3 ways, goes to these front guys. So this one will head into the back here, where there's gonna be another splitter, and split 3 ways going into the 3 machines back here.
So many
all the coal
splitters.
power plants that take care of themselves. We can get rid of these biomass burners because they require us to keep refilling them, and we don't need to deal with that anymore. So I feel like one of my choke points is how quickly the screws can come out of this machine. I kind of want to see what happens if we replace this conveyor belt with the Mark III. So let's get rid of the Mark I. Let's connect the Mark III. Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh my god. Wow, that's not screwing around. All right,
Oh my god.
Times. You're slowing everything down here. I mean, how much? I can't even run up these conveyor belts now. They just pull you down. That's fantastic.
God.
While we wait, let's not forget to make everything the proper color. All we're really waiting on right now is to gather as much stuff as we need to shove it into the space elevator. But that's no excuse to not have everything be color coordinated. What about you? Can I color you? No?
Yeah, color coordinated.
Oh boy, the time has finally come. Took a little while, but we got our 500 modular frames and our 150 motors. So let's just pile all this crap in here and see what happens.
Getting more
We got
interested
all
in
our
playing this
supplies
game.
in. Now let's go from load to seal. There it goes. Okay, is it secure now? Can I?
So yeah, it seems like the difference that I'm getting is that Let's Game It Out makes it seem... It makes the game feel realistic to play in the most, like, horrifying way possible. It's like the equivalent of seeing those mobile game ads of seeing someone like play the game horribly, and then you just look at it and it's just like, I could play better. This watching Let's Game It Out is like in that same vein, but it's either one of two things. You either feel one of two things about it. Either you look at him play through and think, oh, I could play this better. I could be more efficient. I can handle this one just fine. Or it's either that, or you look at it and you think, I could do worse.
Send it? Okay. Bye. Have fun in space. Let me know if you can see the vortex from there. All right, well, that felt good. What now? Unavailable in early access, damn it. So launching
we've
that
capped.
stuff into orbit has unlocked new tiers, which gives us some pretty exciting new stuff. My God. Wow, this gets real. And an even bigger truck, Be Still My Heart. Oh my God, and a Mark IV conveyor belt? Well, and oh my God, a jetpack. Well, that's been a lot of fun. I've got some ideas for how we can top the weave. So thanks for watching. Head on back for more Satisfactory
Lord
soon,
have
and I will
mercy
see you
on your
next
soul
time.
for creating that. Dare I eat? Oh no. Oh no. What are you doing, man?
Hey there, this is Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. Oh boy, it's time for more Satisfactory. Here's a quick recap. Satisfactory is a beautiful game where you get to build efficient factories, or in my case, the total opposite of that. First, I built this conveyor belt system, and then I built it again, bigger and in the air. Then we built a tornado version of this, where if you look directly at it, it destroys your frame rate. And then after that, we set a new record in inefficiency and built the conveyor weave. For the record, all of these machines work. Like, the weave here is supposed to deliver coal, and it totally does that, but I've timed it, and it takes about 3 hours to do what could be done in about 30 seconds. Oh, and I did get a couple of people asking in the comments how long it took to build the weave. The answer there is about 5 hours. So I guess
5 hours?
Other people are out there making awesome, efficient factories, and we're just making abomination after abomination over here. And also, I had a couple people that were very disappointed that I had all 6 of my coal factories in like a line like this, all orderly. They want me to do it a little more chaotic, so we're gonna fix that right now. Here he goes. Is this what you wanted? Is this a better configuration for the coal generators? I call it the coal generator tree. All right, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and handle some of the other duties here. We have tiers 5 and tier 6. Each one of these has a milestone.
Just when you
cost
thought there
we
was
have
at
to
least a
fulfill.
little bit
The
of
good
order.
news is that because it took this weave so freaking long to make, I actually have all the materials already. For example, motors are a big thing we're gonna need. We have motors really for the rest of our lives. So here you go, oil processing. Take all these supplies and launch. For reasons unknown to me, because I probably just didn't pay attention, every time you achieve a milestone, it launches stuff into space. I like to believe we're just paying homage to the sky gods. And industrial manufacturing needs a quick bunch of resources, and then we just go ahead and slam that launch button. Tier 6, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make a couple of these things. I've never made a heavy modular frame before, or a computer actually. Shouldn't be too hard. Building a computer requires us to build some stuff we've never built before, including circuit boards and plastic. Plastic looks like it's gonna require oil, but that's cool because now we have access to the oil pump and oil refinery. These require those heavy modular frame things, which here they are. I have all this stuff actually. I've got the modular frames for sure. I've got tons of steel pipe. Encased industrial beam. Well, would you look at this? These encased industrial beams are so easy to make and I have so many supplies. I'm just gonna make them by hand. You're welcome. God, I'm just over here crafting stuff for these modular frames, and I just kind of look over and I see this and I'm like, oh, what's happening over here? Oh, it's just my power plants. No big deal. Okay, so I made my heavy modular frames. That didn't take too long to make them by hand. Let's go see if we can find some oil, which we can scan for now. Ta-da! All we need to do is wait for the thing to return with, oh God, is there no oil anywhere? Where's that dinosaur blood? I need it. Ah, there we go. It's only a mere 2,000 meters away.
Oh,
if I convert that from the metric system, I'm pretty sure that means it's only about 300 miles away. So this should pass by. Wait, what is this? Wow, this journey's...
I cannot even be bothered to make simple conversions. How the fuck did you do that?
Already amazing. Doesn't it look kind of like that S that we all drew in middle school?
It does.
Hiccup, Sommer, Sloop,
The
work
cool
in
S.
progress. That's what I like to see. Of course I'm gonna collect it. Strange alien thing with a mind bending and somehow familiar shape. Analyzing this will not give you anything. Well, then I'm gonna hold on to it and give it to somebody for Valentine's Day. We're going into some weird exotic places
and it's gonna be
now
Valentine's Day tomorrow, as of me streaming this.
I don't know if I was really prepared for all this, but we're gonna do it anyway. Isn't there something I can like eat around here? What's this? Oh, cool. It's like a bacon mushroom. Nummy, nummy, num. Don't mind me, nature. I'm just coming through on my way to extract oil. You don't mind if I build an elaborate conveyor belt system in here later, do you? Wow, this is quite the treacherous journey to get oil. Why does all of nature want to kill me? Good God, this is the direction.
I mean,
to
when
the
is
oil?
it not?
How
Let's
is
be
this
real.
The same planet I was just on. Well, I did it. We're here. I found the oil site. I'm just gonna walk around in it for a while to show my victory against nature.
Yay.
Okay, well, this
Well,
oil
where
isn't
are
just
we,
for
in
looking
Caelid?
at. Let's build something. Just go ahead and put this, and we have ourselves an
pump.
oil pump. I feel like I'm ruining the environment already. Oh crap, power. These are things I didn't think about. Wait a minute, does this stuff all just come out on a conveyor belt? Well, I'm not against running a conveyor belt all the way back home. I think we know what we need to do, and that's start building the conveyor belt. Not even intelligently, we're just gonna take this as far as we can go. Good news, everybody, we can build conveyor belts right into the water. Oh, fiddlesticks, we've run out of material. Okay, I ran all 9 million miles home. Let's suit back up, run some power lines, get that oil extracted, and then let's never go back there ever again. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
Yep.
You build your power lines in the water. We want to make sure as much wildlife as possible gets close to touching these things. All right, step one's complete. We managed to run a power line all the way through to, uh-oh, it's already going. Yep, look, here they go, right underwater. I guess
Right
that
in the
makes
water.
sense. NBD. And wouldn't you know, we're almost back home.
No
I can
big
tell
deal.
because I can see the tornado, and my frame rate's dying. You know, I know the perfect place to have this oil go to. I think it probably behooves us to have the oil closer and closer to home base. Easy. Don't look directly at it.
Don't
Alright,
look
gotta go this
directly
for my
at
oil
it.
refinery. Ta-da! No, not the tornado, silly. In the tornado.
Yep.
That's right. Delicately wrapped in 8 million zillion jillion tons of conveyor belts is our oil refinery. So first we, God.
Oh,
the frame
God.
rates. All right, so it couldn't be simpler. Oil goes in there. Oh, no. How far am I falling? Okay. Still alive. Such a nightmare trying to work in here. Okay, let's configure the oil refinery. What's going on with... Oh, God. I didn't realize that you have to tell it to do 3 specific types of things. Okay, it's settled. We're building 3 oil refineries in here because I never want to come in here again. You know, I'm glad we managed to get all 3 factories in there, but it looks a little, unkempt. But don't worry,
Need to
I think I know how to
encase
fix this.
it.
Okay, so I think I've fixed the problem. Just trying to get a good vantage point so I can show it off all proper-like. I present to you the conveyor belt cocoon. There are 3
Yep.
oil refineries in there just waiting to do some processing. Hey, can you imagine
Waiting.
the game running worse than it did before? Because guess what? It does. Like, a lot worse. When I first fired this game up, it was like a beautiful 60 frames a second. And now it's like I'm in a constant state of having an aneurysm. So that's not all. I actually haven't flipped the switch yet. Pretty busy inside
wait,
this
what?
cocoon. We have lots of materials going in and out here, but we have one last thing we need to bridge if I can get up to it. Because if the frame rate wasn't
If I can
hard
get up
enough,
to
what
it.
I'm about to do will probably just make it worse. Right now I'm scaling the first half of the cocoon. See that little opening right there? That's what I'm gonna bridge. Here's a nice view of the inside here, running at a very spectacular less than 1 frame per second. So we're just gonna close this gap right here. Here we go. Now the oil is going freely. It's gonna go all the way around. Did the barrels make it? Because I can't see them, but that doesn't mean they aren't there. Once the materials finally all come out of here, which is rubber, I think gasoline, and plastic, the non-biodegradable kind, I send all the conveyor belts right into the space elevator just to show it who's boss. While the cocoon does its thing, I need to get as far away from it as possible. We need to unlock all 3 of these, and since the recipes are all the same, all we really need to do is focus on making these fun things here. Heavy
Yep.
modular frames aren't too hard. We pretty much have all the parts we need. One thing we do need to make a machine for is encased industrial beams. Should be pretty easy to design a machine that makes those for us. Computers are going to be the more complicated one. Cable, plastic, and screws are pretty easy to come by, but we're also going to have to make circuit boards.
How the
And
fuck you
circuit
make
boards
that?
require plastic and wire. All of this not really all that hard. We just need to make the machines to do it. And I think I might know just the place to settle this stuff up. It's nice and far away from the cocoon, but blissfully close to the weave. I guess so long as my frame rate isn't safe anywhere, we're in good shape. God, the barrels of crude oil and all that coal coming in really brings out the natural beauty of the landscape. I never thought I'd be happy to see the weave. I'm just like, oh man, look at all these frames I've got now. Actually, no, it's still really bad here. All right, so let me show you a little bit of what I did here. I've got my coal being mined here, goes into this splitter here, goes into one coal generator here. This coal gets a nice, beautiful scenic view of the weave before going into this splitter and going into another coal generator that we needed. Meanwhile,
Right.
this big pile of coal goes on a magical wild ride. The coal eventually goes into this foundry. This guy over here is mining iron ore, which is also being fed into the foundry, where it's making steel ingots. Steel ingots pop out and head over into this machine, where it's making steel beams. Some of the steel ingots also go a different direction and head over to this constructor that's making steel pipe. I also set up a guy here that's mining limestone, which turns into concrete, which gets fed into this assembler along with the pipes to make an alternate recipe I have to make encased steel beams, at which point my beautiful encased steel beams pop out of this machine and collects them in this storage unit that I'm standing on top of. To make our heavy modular frames, we're gonna shove everything into this device called the manufacturer, a big beautiful hulking beast, which we're gonna place way out of the way for no reason. First one to connect is gonna be the modular frames. Next we have our steel pipe and our industrial beams here, and last but not least, screws. Now that I've got everything plugged into the manufacturer here, let's configure it to make the heavy modular frames. While this madness is going on, let's go ahead and set up our thing to make the computers. If this is where that factory is right there, we're gonna build it way the hell out here on this mysterious little mesa here, which is clearly poisonous. This is probably their defense mechanism, so we don't bother them, which means we're gonna bother them as much as we possibly can with a giant hulking machine. I don't care if you hurt me, this thing is gonna be built right here. All right, flee before we die. I don't care that I died. The factory will live on.
The factory must grow.
So we can build some stuff from over here. And just a reminder, the way we have to build these computers is to combine these 4 things down below. So that's circuit boards, cable, plastic, and screws. All the building blocks to make a sick rig. Before we can just feed all of that into this machine over here, we're gonna have to build some other factories so that we can. After all, those circuit boards aren't just gonna make themselves. Circuit boards are just wire and plastic. Something kinda easy. Imagine my joy. Oh, it's more of you guys. Well, I know where I'm gonna build my next factory. We just need to grab some plastic from the land of the slideshow over here. Then we'll send that plastic
the land of the slideshow is such a perfect way to put it.
The factory I made was wire. So we're gonna go back to the source and pull some wire from over there. And also, seeing how nothing is moving, I'm pretty sure everything's jammed up, which means there's probably some wire to spare. Wait, can I put the assembler up here? I mean, I don't see why not, right? There we go, perfect.
Oh my
Can I put the power pole like right on top of the alien life form? And the answer is yes. We now have our 3 conveyor belts showing plastic, cabling, and what I assume are some sweet video cards. So we just need to run these things all the way over to where that one thing was. Since you're giving me so much sass nature, how about a little conveyor belt spaghetti for you to look at? You know, I'm thinking about changing my
the fact that you
to
can
this.
reach
Just
that
nothing
far.
but loops until I'm politely asked to stop signing my name. Oh look, there it comes now. My first computer, covered in toxic gas. Now we just need 150 of these things so we can unlock the rest of those tiers. That won't take a million years. So while that thing is making the rest of the computers, let's go back to home base and unlock some. Oh god, I looked at it. You know, it is really pretty, although the fact that the top is kind of red color from all the barrels going through it makes it look kind of like a warhead. I think obviously we're gonna have to start with the jetpack. 3, 2, 1, launch. All right, I assume I have to build this jetpack. Yep, there it is. Well, this is surprisingly easy to build. The only component I don't have on myself right now is rubber. Something tells me too we're gonna be using this fuel, so we'll pick up some of that too. Just gotta smack this thing 30 whole times. Get it on my person ASAP. Do I just hold down the button? Oh yeah, that's cool. I just hold down the button and how does it recharge? How does it? Oh boy. Well, I'm sure we all saw that coming. Oh, this is all too much. All right, that's gonna be all for now. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun. I know I did. And I'll see you next time.
All right.
Hey there, this is Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. It's that time again. We're playing some Satisfactory. Just to catch everyone up, Satisfactory is an awesome game where people build efficient, streamlined factories. But if you're watching me, hopefully you're expecting to get something else. Like weird pieces of modern art that
I've kind of
destroy the
resigned
frame rate.
myself
First,
to
I started out by
the
making stuff
monstrosities
looks like
that
the
you
LA
build.
freeways. Then I moved on to making conveyor belt tornadoes. Then I made this conveyor belt weave and we all cried. But you know, that wasn't enough, so we took power plants that were born to be on the ground and shoved them into this rock face. Then we completed the tornado by building factories inside it, then giving it a little hat. And that's the day I learned I could play a game at 1 frame per second. This is our hub. This is where we unlock stuff. And last episode, we unlocked a couple of fun things, like a jetpack, which is great fun for crashing and dying, as well as a gas mask that we have yet to make, but we will, as well as the fastest conveyor belt money can buy. Oh, and also there's been an update that added stuff like this conveyor belt lifter thingy. But the update added a lot of cool things. That or I'm going senile, but I think I'd unlock these explosives here, which has like such an easy milestone cost. We're just gonna go ahead and take care of it. So here's how this works. I come up to this terminal. It's like, how bad do you want explosives? And I'm like, this bad. Here you go. And then it's like, okay, send it to me. And then I push this button and I send a sacrifice to Space Jesus. Enjoy the materials, Space Jesus. Now we can scan for sulfur, which means if I select that, my guy pulls out his little gun thingy and it scans the entire region and tells me if there's sulfur nearby. And then I chase down the sulfur with reckless abandon, dig it all up so I can blow stuff up later. We got ourselves a couple of objectives here. We of course need need to make all these explosives. That's a no-brainer. But we also need a gas mask, which I thought I had all the materials, but we also need fabric. So we don't know how to make fabric, but if we go to our little research thingy here, the MAM, we can tell it to research mycelia. Here, you take this mycelia and you research it and you tell me some fun things about it, okay? This update also added like a fun car, which I just have to see. So we're gonna have to unlock that this time as well. I believe we need to find quartz for that. I don't know how to find quartz, so we're just gonna run around the map till we find it. Hey, what the heck is this? Are you a starfish? What is this? Quartz?
Oh, those are quartz.
Oh, my heart is all aflutter to analyze this. So look at that. One of the things we can make now is fabric. We just need more of this mycelia that I have no idea where I originally picked it up. I think I picked this up when I was running around trying to find oil, so I guess we'll have to go out and get more of that. And also biomass. In order to get a lot of biomass, we're gonna have to go rip up some trees, which means pulling out the old friend, the chainsaw. Yeah, take that, nature. This will teach you to just exist on a planet. Well, that felt good. Now that I'm done asserting my dominance over, you know, plants, just make ourselves a nice amount of biomass. Now let's head back into purple country out there, which I think is where all the mycelia.
Mother Nature is meant to be industrialized. And any section that has not yet will eventually become industrialized. Gentrification is beautiful.
Can't wait for this to not hurt once I have a working gas mask. Until then, I'm just gonna run through and breathe in the toxic fumes. What the heck is this? Cater, just give me it. I'll be analyzing you next. Can I cut this down? Is this a rock? What is this? Well, the answer is you can cut it down. There you go. Look, you get mycelia from doing that. It's silica. Cool. So I'll just defile nature some more, and that's how I get my mycelia. Deep in my heart, I'm always hoping that's the solution. I can't possibly chainsaw this, can I? Oh my god. Well, I've never felt more like a hero than I did at that moment. Well, that was fun. Let's go weave some clothes or whatever. Ah, yeah, there we go. Just shoving Mother Nature into this machine and crafting out some sweet rolls of fabric. God, I'm gonna look so cool wearing this. Let's not forget to make some filters. All right, how's this work? How do I shove this thing on my person? Just, there we go. There it is. Look, you can see it on me. This is how I'm gonna run the whole time, just so I know I have it. I need to know what this is like. Let's run right into the poison. It's a good sound. Now I can finally examine these things, figure out how to exterminate them. Well, the chainsaw won't do it. I've got an idea of what will, and I think it's gonna need some black powder. So researching the quartz has unlocked something in tier 4, the Explorer. This is a new vehicle which I deeply, desperately need. Now we can find raw quartz, set up a mining thing for that. We can and will also do the same thing for sulfur. Do a quick scan, see if there's any quartz in the area. Ah, there we go. Looks like the closest one is 1,496 meters away, which again, if I'm doing my math right, means it's about 17,000 football fields away. Well, let's go find it. Oh, I guess it's down here in the land of the wiffle balls.
Nothing screams America than using any other form of measurement to convert to. 17 elephants, 14 football fields. Like, what was the other one? It was like another measurement that was done with, like, I don't know, fucking hamsters or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a minute, and I'm not even gonna bother to look it up. I'm just going to assume.
Well, let's go find it. Ho. I guess it's down here in the land of the wiffle balls. Oh, good thing I've got this jetpack, so I can have a nice, smooth re-entry. Oh god, I like how if you look over here, it's like, wow, look at this alien planet. And then if you just look on the other side of it, it's like, wow, look at this awesome golf course. Well, shiver me timbers.
It does look kind of like a golf course.
Is. Beautiful, uncut quartz. Perfect place for my beautiful miner Mark II. We're gonna build this in style with the Mark IV conveyor belt all the way back to home base, which really isn't that far. I mean, you can see the diamond crystallis thing from here. And here come the minerals now. Let's hope to never go out there again. Of course, a bunch of raw quartz isn't going to do us any good. Not without constructing it into something beautiful. Send it on into this constructor here, and we'll have it make some beautiful quartz crystals. All right, it's car time. To do that, we're going to need to make some of these CD players. I'm sorry, they're called crystal oscillators, but really, come on. That's just like an alien disc, man. God, look at that beauty. So we're going to use this car. We're going to see if we can find us some sulfur so we can unlock a bunch of fun explosives. Are you ready for an adventure? That's what I like to hear. Let's go. So we're just gonna drive right through this toxic pit. Does this thing have windows I can roll up? All right, yeah, we're just cruising. Stop. Oh, here it is. All right, we know the drill. First, we put down a miner Mark II. Just drop it right there. We only do Mark IV conveyor belts now. I'm not exactly sure where I should be running this to. You know, I feel like there's something weirdly poetic about having sulfur kind of just zigzag through a bunch of flammable gas here. We'll go ahead and run this sulfur over here next to the quartz I have going on. You know, because I'm pretty sure sulfur and quartz have have absolutely nothing in common. And in case you're curious where we are geographically to my other stuff, we just turn around, here's the main base and the spiral and all that stuff. So we gotta make
your
a couple
landmark.
things now. First and foremost is black powder. All it takes is coal and sulfur. Well, I've got sulfur right here. Way in the background there, we've got some coal. I'm sure the coal's not gonna mind if I just borrow a little. We're gonna feed everything into this assembler, which I'm gonna just put up here for absolutely no reason. Yeah, good enough. Great. No problem.
Awesome.
Just connects like it's no big deal. And there we go, black powder. The other thing we're gonna wanna build is this Nobelisk thing and the Nobelisk detonator. Now, before we automate that whole process, let's just go pick up the parts individually and make some by hand to make sure these explosives are worth it. We all know the
wait,
answer's
actually, you
gonna
could
be
kind
yes,
of...
'cause it's explosives we're talking about. But
You
it
can
never
optimize your
hurts to
speed
double
with
check.
those
Look at
conveyors.
this dumpster fire that is my base now. It's just like every which direction is some kind of spectacle. If it's not this thing, it's this thing. Okay, let's see. I've got my thing here, and do I just... So I can just run around and be obnoxious, which is kind of nice. You know, if you think about it, this is like a handheld horn. Someone who plays this multiplayer, can you just run around annoying your friends with this? Oh, even better, you can just hit it with this thing and make even more noise? Well, I guess let's just, here.
Why?
What are you gonna do? Ooh,
Okay.
Okay. Everything's still standing, including me. This is gonna require some more testing. So leave none of this to chance. I'll just put it right there. Oh, wow, these buildings are rather durable. Okay, surely this tree will take it, right? Okay, that's more like it. What about these things? Because I've been unable to figure out what to do about these things. Okay, I attached one right there. Let's try it. What does it take to destroy you? Mark my words. One day, maybe.
Damn.
It's really up to the game, actually. No, overall, I've been pretty happy with the performance of this vehicle. Seems like it really does handle all kinds of terrain pretty well.
Yay,
but, you know, let's put it
all
to the
terrain,
test. For
baby.
example, I don't know if this
Oh
thing's ever
no,
tried
the
to
real
climb the
test.
terrain of slideshow. Oh my god, this is taking so long. I've been airborne for like 15 seconds. All things considered, it's actually doing quite well on the weave. All right, I've got another idea.
That's how all of those like morning routine TikToks handle their shit. That's why that one guy, it took like 5 minutes for him to jump into a pool. He was just lagging.
Just hold on a second. Let's just take some tractors and just, you know, put them all around here.
Why?
Whoa. What are you two doing? You falling in love over there? What's happening?
Why,
what the hell is
though?
happening? Are the tractors alive? Does gravity not have any meaning anymore? Let me explain what I was trying to do here before this happened. I'm just trying to build like a tractor ball pit. But now I can't help but feel like these tractors are actually alive. But surely in your head you can picture what I was picturing, right? Like a monster truck rally, and I'd be able to like ramp this thing. But instead, Instead, it appears I've created life. Well, let's keep going anyway. I really want to see this ball pit, alive or not. I have to, like, wrangle these things in, because they keep escaping. And I'm sure you've noticed the frame rate just getting worse and worse here. I'm just going to add them on the edge here. And they collide with the ramp and just kind of bounce in. It's like synchronized swimming.
Yeah.
Just don't know what to do. Can't contain these things. Come back. Nope, that one's just getting away. I gotta admit, with all the weird stuff I've made in Satisfactory, picturing this aquarium with gravity-defying frames per second destroying sentient life.
Oh my god, bro.
Nope, that one's just getting away. I gotta admit, with all the weird stuff I've made in Satisfactory, picturing this aquarium with gravity-defying frames per second destroying sentient life, not exactly what I was expecting. This guy's flying overhead like, what the hell? Is that guy playing God down there? Frame rate's getting really bad. Oh no, oh god, the tractor's sucking me in with it. Oh god, this isn't good. Now I'm down in here with the tractors. I feel like this is what being around dinosaurs would have been like, where you're like, well, it's not exactly their fault, but they're still gonna murder you. How do I get out of here? Jetpack. Now's your chance. Jetpack. Well, the truck shoved me through the floor. This is probably for the better, actually. Oh, hey, more.
Oh my god, bro. No, I can't.
Good news. You know how all the other crazy things I've made, like the frame rate gets real bad if you look at it? Well, it turns out the tractor ball pit is persistent. Doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing, the frame rate now is just awful. It's like I've come across some kind of like bug colony. There's just some like hanging around outside, and then there's some slowly coming out of the anthill. Okay, so really I was picturing this different than it's gonna end up, since now just everything is a slideshow. I think I've added in about 1,000 trucks, although it's hard to say how many have escaped. So we're gonna finish what we started. Here's what it looks like inside the pit. It's just an honest-to-God colony of tractors now. Alright, you know, hell with it. There's absolutely no... Oh my god. Tractors are free. Okay, now's our chance. It's buggy time. Pedal to the metal. This is legit flooring it. It says I'm going 51 kilometers an hour. I don't feel like we're going 60. This is real breathtaking, isn't it?
Oh my god, I'm so out of breath, bro.
This uneven terrain. Well, we've been eaten alive for this gravity-defying singularity of hell we've created. Okay, so I know that there's more for us to do, but I'm gonna have to spend some time cleaning up these tractors. There's no way I can keep playing the game at 1 frame per second. So hey, that was fun and unexpected, as it always is when you accidentally create new life. So thanks for joining me. I hope you had fun. I know I definitely did. Enjoy the nice smooth frame rate of reality, and I'll see you next time.
Oh my god.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. It's that time again, Satisfactory. Let's do this. We've built a lot of crazy things in this game, starting with this little zigzaggy guy.
Oh god, it's so fast. The frame rate is so high.
It's turned into seeing if you can make a spiral, which you can, and all it costs you is your frame rate. And we took that tornado and flattened it on the ground and made this weave thing. It takes 3 hours for these materials to get through here. After that, we
At this point, I feel like he's gonna do so much shit that the recap is gonna be just a video long.
turned to the tornado, built some factories inside it, and we gave it a little cone hat thing. Now it looks like that diamond thing from No Man's Sky.
That's what I was thinking, the fucking No Man's Sky diamond, bruh.
We can ramp over with our sweet vehicle, but instead it turns out we made sentient life. These trucks are alive now, and they made my frame rate even worse. Pretty much everywhere in our base now is just a total spectacle. So let's take a look, see what's new. This is our hub. This is where all the magic happens. This is where we get new objectives and unlock new stuff. All of our previous tiers, we've already unlocked everything, but something that's new is a monorail.
Monorail, let's go.
To unlock this milestone, we need to fulfill this cost down here. My favorite part is once you give it all the materials, this big button comes out, and that's when you launch these things into the sky. Enjoy your materials wherever you're going. Okay, let's see what new kinds of stuff we can build here. So we got a choo-choo train, we got a choo-choo car, choo-choo station, whatever the hell this is, this sadness, and the railway, which I'm hoping I can abuse. Here's another piece of the fun, by the way. This here is the space elevator. Previously, we give this thing a sacrifice to unlock new tiers, but we've unlocked them all. Until now, all we have to do is give it all these materials, and it's like, we'll give you tier 7 and 8. You know what? All the materials I need to unlock stuff aren't even close to this thing. So let's just dismantle this thing and take it with us. If you go right over this ridge, you can see over there, that machine right there is what's making our computers. And right over there is the big machine that makes the heavy modular frames. Considering that's all the things the space elevator needs, we're gonna build it right on over here. Geez, space elevator, why are you so big? Okay, there we go, perfect. Slam that.
Oh god, right in there.
It slowly gets rebuilt. I'm actually glad we all get to watch this again. Looks like a bunch of robot legs just doing a thing, and then before you know it, oh, this is so weird. And then the toes grip on, and oh, I forgot all about this part. When space elevator is satisfied with the materials, it tells us to lock them down into the thingamabob, which we're doing now. They're just compressed into one big space cube, and then we space send it onto the space elevator. Now let's dismantle the space elevator before it has a chance to send the materials. It looks like they're still trying to send them into space. Okay, let's check out the hub, see if the tier unlocked anyway. Hey, there it is. Take that, Space Corporation.
Ooh,
nuclear. Let's see what we got. A nuclear power plant, nuclear space batteries, control rods, nuclear phone booth, and then this white square, which if you use your imagination, you can see a hazmat suit in there.
Yay, Half-Life.
And then new thingamajigs for my scanner. And then we've got Bayer process. Ooh,
what is that?
Miner Mark 3, conveyor belt Mark 5, a la carte aluminum sheets, that thing I had trouble putting on my processor, my cup runneth over, there's so many things that's even going off the page here. Okay, so that's great and all, but we'll come back for that. Right now it's train time. Okay, so here we are out in the middle of nowhere, where everything is simply untouched by civilization. You may also remember it as the place I went to try to get oil, and then just drove
coal.
off of a cliff. This is the way to the coal. You tell me where the coal is, Oh, that's not good. You think the vehicle's gonna be okay? Yeah, I'm sure the vehicle will be okay. In heaven. Oh, no. So I think the first thing we need to make is a train station. We're gonna put the train station right, I guess, like this. Yes, old Scove. Can I change that? Oh, thank God I can name my train station. Don't get on this train if you value your life. No, seriously, this guy is a huge psycho. Typed in a couple of things. Nice. Let's see if it fits on the...
Just a couple.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I wasn't expecting this. I'm not gonna give you the whole story. I'm just...
Bro!
Gonna get to the relevant part that you should know about. One day I ate an entire 3.5-pound bag of Sour Patch Kids. That's really
Nice.
the only part of that story you need. Please don't take this out of the game. This is not a bug. This is perfection. So here's what I think we're gonna do with our train station. You see that paradise back there? I want our train to go there. Can I just like build railway? Okay, so it can do subtle curves and it can do fun little straightaways like that. And if I time it, I can also shove it through the ground. Perfect. Okay, so I can do stuff. It just can't turn too drastically. You know, like real trains, I guess. Well, now that we've laid a minimal amount of track, I want to put down a choo-choo train and see what happens. Yep, there it is. Can I just like hop on board? Wow, I sure can. And now I'm driving it. Yeehaw. Oh, wow, this thing can really get going. Do you see this? Oh, wait, what's gonna happen now? What
Yeah.
happens? Oh, really? It just stops like that? So, wait, what happens if in this part where I'm one with the ground and then I just get out? Oh, I guess I'm just in the rock face. What if I remove track that it's on at the time? Oh. Just decides, well, we're stuck here then. Okay, new objective. Looks like these things can just clip through walls to get the rail close enough. All right, how can we use this to our advantage? Because it seems like trains don't give a crap about physics. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Oh my God.
Okay. No way. Is this something I can put it on? Okay, well, as I've been building this thing, I have hit what I believe to be the bottom of the level. Can I put track like below where you're supposed to? Oh my God, I think you totally can. So in building this, I realized that you can just use these foundations to keep going lower and lower here. These trains are afraid of nothing, as it turns out. My frail human body can't cross this threshold without hurting myself.
Oh, you're dead.
Well, that's a very dignified way to die. Now the question becomes, what about if we use a train? Oh, hell yes. While we're in the train, we're basically gods. Okay, we're gonna have to work on some ways to keep our health up. And I have just the thing. I don't know when this showed up. We can research a medical inhaler. Okay, here you go. See you in hell. Let's see, I bet we can build it over here. There it is. What do we need to make it? Mycelia, alien organs. I see. The one thing I don't have a bunch of. You know what I do have, though? Let's go find some wildlife to maim. I bet there's some critters in here. Good thing I brought an old friend of mine. Nice throw. Good football throw. Let's try it again. Do it with a little more feeling.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, I see. One's not enough, huh? Okay, Rox, maybe this is more.
Oh my God.
Let's see if you like this.
Unnecessary.
Oh, wow. Wow, that just goes for a while, doesn't it? Huh. Was there nothing in here? The hell is this thing? Oh, this is a huge disappointment.
The Mercer sphere.
That doesn't do anything. Here, you can keep it.
No, take it. You could use it.
That's in there.
I mean,
Great.
probably not at the moment, but like
okay, 26
during later
enough.
updates.
All right, let's just make this into... I don't know what I did with my mycelia. The best way to get mycelia, and by best I mean the only way I know how, so there's probably better ways, is to follow the oil brick road here, which takes us
just
deeper
take
into
down
this mysterious jungle.
the nature.
And then at some point, it's just all over the ground.
Oh.
Gimme. I need to grind you up and inhale you. While we're out here, let's show nature who's boss. Yeah. Okay, now I got some mycelia. So let's do this. Now I'm one of the cool kids running around with my 8 inhalers. I like how you can see all the times I've died down here because my little coffins are here. Okay, so my goal here, keep going down as far as we can. So I've been slowly trying to build down and down and down, and also using these platforms to get me closer and closer so I can keep building. But I gotta get a little further down, and this is where things get dicey. Right around here is the threshold where I start to take little bits of damage. It's time to use my inhaler.
Ooh,
Oh,
gives you
bigger
full
than my
health.
head. Yeah, this is the way to play, right? Like, this is what they intended, where you just sit here taking damage forever. Okay, so we've sort of hit a problem here. Obviously, things are already looking bad now that I'm here doing construction in the underworld. You know what, the hell with it, I'll just show you. There is a finite point when if you just keep walking, you just die. This is that threshold right here, where if a human being goes beyond this, that's when your heart just stops. Something really funny to me about this inhaler, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have one, but it's like, oh no, certain death. I'm glad my little casket is just right there on the cusp. Let's see if we can get out and get it. Luckily, I've got some trusty inhalers. Hopefully, that'll be enough. Oh god, there's no way for me to get to my stuff. Well, if this takes you straight to hell, I can't think of a better place to put a train station than here. Ta-da, now we have a train stop as close to hell as we can get. Old Stenstorp. I guess you're gonna have to do since I actually can't change this. Well, that was surreal as hell. Let's do a quick tour of the finished product here. I was gonna go to that island, but that's before I realized the rails don't really care about solid rock or land or anything like that. You remember the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland?
What was the point of this?
It went right into the rock face? Well, that's what's happening here. And then we just keep going down past where the terrain is. You can see the grass from the underside.
And then past the kill
we just
zone.
Keep on going. Take that, planet Earth. And what the hell? Let's put the space elevator down here. Why not? Isn't that a thing of beauty? Now it's doing that thing that I find really weird and uncomfortable to look at. Oh god, here it comes.
Oh, you can get a nice angle on that one.
Well, that's super. Let's go see what it looks like from the outside. Well, there it is. Look at this beautiful intersection of so many things. We got the space elevator.
How do you
popping
even
out through the
access
ground,
it?
And it cuts right into my text that I wrote. Where I'm writing that my teeth are forever sensitive from eating too many Sour Patch Kids. And that's true. And now I can just go right up and touch the space elevator. Or not.
Oh,
Maybe
you
after
just
all
go
that
right
train
through
stuff, I'm just not corporeal anymore. All right, anyway, that was a barrel of laughs. Now that we're back up here with Mother Gaia, let's go play around with some nuclear energy. First things first is we need to go find us some uranium, because of course we do. Oh, fiddlesticks. Is there no uranium around here? Oh, there we go. 1,500 meters. That's not so bad. That's like, what, 2 basketball courts? Huh. I feel like we might be getting
unusual
close.
measurements.
That green stuff looks exciting. So exciting, I need to use my inhaler. Let's see, what is this? Oh, yeah, some uranium. Oh, yeah, I'm getting radiation poisoning. Well, I'm not going to let a little radiation stop me from... Oh, it's a little much. Little much. When does it go down? Am I just like this forever now? I mean, I got a lot of these inhalers, but not quite this many of these inhalers. This is exactly what I expected out of today. I'm fleeing from the wilderness to get back indoors while I use my inhaler over and over while running.
Oh,
I don't
shit.
think I'm gonna make it. Oh god, there's the cocoon. It's so beautiful. Blah. Oh, you know what it is? Oh, it's because I picked up some uranium. Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave you just right here on the ground while I try to figure out what to do with you. I guess we need that hazmat suit. That stuff is serious. So let's see. All we need is rubber and plastic and all-clad aluminum sheet, like my pots and pans. Oh, it comes from aluminum ingots. Oh, it's aluminum foil. Why don't we just call it that? For starters, we need to make some aluminum ingots, which is bauxite and silica. All I want is to wastefully make nuclear byproducts. Why is that so hard? So let's scan for some bauxite. Bauxite? Bohite? Could it be bohite? A mere 1,400 miles away. I'm sorry, meters. But let's go with miles. Let's go get us that bohite. Well, this certainly is taking us to an interesting place. But we found it. Okay, we know the drill, literally. And as always, just run our conveyor belts back forever with just
it's just the usual process.
And that's how you get bohite. I reset up our quartz here to go into this machine and make silica. And it makes this beautiful ballet of minerals and twisty turnies and conveyor belts and stuff. The moral of this story is I have a lot of silica already, and this is how excited it makes me. We got our silica here, we got our bohite right over there.
Just use your inhaler.
Here. One size for the bohite, the other size for the silica. Just get in there. Can I just like put this? Yeah, just right on top of it. Yeah, that's perfect. There you go. Collect all of my aluminum thingies. Cool. We got this container that's using this crash pod as a leg. People probably died in that thing. No big deal. Next step is going to be aluminum sheets, which takes aluminum ingots and copper ingots. So let's do the fun part and go find some travesty of a copper thing I've got going on here. At this point, I've just got garbage going everywhere, so we just need to look at one of these copper machines and kind of tell it to do something else. I'm just going to jam a splitter right. Yeah, that looks good. And let's use one of these silly vertical ones. Aim it way high into the sky. There we go. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, this seems necessary, right? All right, there's too much work. Come down from there. God, this looks so goofy. Here comes our copper. Let's further desecrate this crash site and just have everything trampled by copper ingots now, where we will do some sweet assembling, and we'll put the storage unit. There's no way this will work.
In the fucking tree!
I can't believe the game let me build a storage unit up there. Anyway, yeah, that's where the sheet metal goes in my secret little tree fort. Surely that's gonna be okay on these tree roots, right? It's time to make our hazmat suit. And what a thing of beauty this will be. All we need to do is hit this thing 30 times and now we have our brand new hazmat suit.
It's lying.
Ugh, forgot about these things. Filters, quick wire. What the hell is
the fuck is that?
Caterium. Oh god. At least you can tell I look super sweet in my hazmat suit. I found some caterium ore along the way somewhere. I put it in this thing, did a little researching, made something pop up over here in tier 3, which is the caterium technology thing. We know the drill. We just got to give it all these materials and it's going to give us access to all these things like quick wire, but also blade runners, sprint faster and jump higher, magic legs. Finally. Okay, here you go. Send the thing. Cool. Now we can make quick wire and we need caterium ingots for that, which we can scan for. All the ore colors of the rainbow. Well, bless this mess. There's some close by, only 600 meters away. Oh my goodness, is it going to be right next to the space elevator? Could we be so lucky, flying bat ray thing? Oh my god, is that it right there? Oh no, this is just crappy old copper. The good stuff must be up here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Boulders, eh? Good thing I'm packing. Never leave home without the things that do that.
Yeah.
I feel like we've done this before where we put the thing down. I'm just gonna spice it up even though I know it's not gonna do anything. Just to make life hard on myself, I'm gonna build all my caterium stuff over here with the space elevator. Is this literally in the thing? Okay, perfect. And can I put the constructor directly on top of it? Okay, perfect. And then I'll put the storage container holding the quick wire up on this hill here so we can take a look at the sunset, because I definitely won't regret this when I need to keep going back and getting more quick wire, and it's all the way over here. Okay, so we're gonna make some regular filters. Gonna take those, gonna mix it with our quick wire and some rubber. We're gonna do 5 because I don't want to deal with this ever again. Okay, I'm totally wearing it. I don't know why I was expecting more. I was expecting everything to sound like I was in like a spacesuit. Why can't I wear my jetpack too? I'd rather have radiation poisoning. I also researched the actual quick wire, which unlocked Caterium electronics, which be still my heart has unlocked some fun things we're gonna need, like this here AI limiter, as well as a supercomputer, and this high-speed connector that I'm gonna call high-speed internet. The reason we're gonna make all this stuff is if you look over at the nuclear power plant, we need supercomputers to do it, as well as more high-speed connectors, because it can't just be one thing. To put together the supercomputer, we need computers, the AI limiter, the high-speed connector, and plastic. So let's head back over here where we built all this weird quick wire stuff. Let's get our whole assembly system started. First, we're gonna set up something for the AI limiter, which is gonna need circuit boards as well as quick wire. We can do that with a simple assembler. Over here, we got plastic, we got circuit boards, and we got wire. All of these things are coming from way over there where the cocoon is. So I really could split them off there, but why do that? Let's give them as long a travel time as possible. So now to continue making the AI limiters and this guy, we're gonna send a bunch of the circuit boards over into this here constructor. Just spit it out into that savannah over there.
Jesus,
now
it's
that
so
we've done
fast.
that, let's make the high-speed connectors, which are quick wire, cable, and plastic. To do that, we're gonna use a manufacturer, which will just keep creeping further and further into nature with these things. In goes the quick wire, and the plastic, and the cabling. And finally, we put down another manufacturer, which is where we're gonna build our supercomputer. And now I'm gonna send them out on a Mark I conveyor belt. Goes nice and slow. You can really enjoy the merchandise as it comes off the assembly line onto the show floor. So
the show floor.
Okay, at long last, it's time to drop down our nuclear power plant. We should put the power plant somewhere kind of exciting, kind of nice. You know, somewhere overlooking several waterfalls. How far off the edge can I do this? Perfect. Yep, there it is.
Oh, God.
Just hanging out in the water. What do you think, big guy? Do you like things touching your face? Huh, guess not. So I was gonna try and get all the nuclear stuff today, but I think there's still a whole lot left to do. So we're gonna save that for next time. I have some more ideas for what we're gonna do with the train too, so come back, we'll see how this goes. And also don't forget, don't eat a 3.5-pound bag of Sour Patch Kids if you want to keep your teeth not sensitive. You're welcome, and I'll see you for the next one.
Okay. At this point, I think I am just accepting everything for what it is now. It's like at this point, I'm just seeing the journey.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. Oh my god, it's time for more Satisfactory. Oh, how I missed you, Factory with no rules, limits, or logic. Satisfactory is a game about making efficient machines. Or in my case, just find new and inventive ways to torture the game. First, we built a factory that was actually kinda normal, until I realized you could make it look like this. And then I made it look like this, and I realized the frame rate gets worse, which excites me. And then we tested those limits by building a tornado out of conveyor belts, and it's actually kinda pretty. Just don't look directly at it, unless you like slideshows. And then then I saw this empty valley and I thought, you know what this could use? A conveyor belt weave. Not to be outbeaten, we went back over to Beltnado here and turned it into a full-fledged cocoon. After that, we moved on to other interests, like messing with these trucks here, only to realize that if you throw them all in a pit like this, they become sentient and try to escape. I thought we might be done. And then those crazy developers just kept updating the game, so I kept trying out their new stuff, like this beautiful train station that you can even custom name. And boy, did I custom name it. That's when I realized we could send them through the earth and straight to hell. And then at the tail end of the last episode, we realized one last thing left to do: nuclear power. Oh, and also, today's video is sponsored by NordVPN, but I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. Oh, and before we head to our first destination, check this out. The game actually runs better now, and this blows my mind. My God, the performance increase is amazing. This thing doesn't destroy my computer anymore.
Wow,
I can run up to it. I can bask in its majesty. It is a brave new world. So what are we gonna do today?
Wow, it's so smooth now. Oh, wait. Oh, that's so weird. I was so used to it being a choppy frame, yeah, no, I was so used to it being a slideshow, a PowerPoint presentation. But now it's so smooth now.
Last episode, and our first step to nuclear victory is
the devs must have looked at Let's Game It Out and be like, all right,
last episode,
let's fix
our little locator guide here to find uranium, which was a little ways away. But the bigger hurdle is this stuff will kill you if you get too close to it. And that's why we brought this lovely thing, a hazmat suit. Strap it on, makes you look super cool. Now we're ready to go face the elements. You know what? Let's do it with style in our beautiful, sexy car. Now, I feel like I took a wrong turn somewhere, but I'm gonna have faith that this is the right way. Well, everything's green. I feel like that's sort of a good sign. I think we're going to the right place. Yep, we definitely are. I see little bits of ore here. Oh, hello, cat friends. These are supposed to be spiders in the game, but for everybody's benefit, I turned on the arachnophobia mode, which turns them into these creepy cat heads, which I think we can all agree is a little worse than just spiders. Anyway, we'll just take care of them in short order, no big deal. Oh, you want some too, do you? Let's get this nightmare
That's kind of a
with.
neat
Okay,
little
where was I? Putting down our beautiful
filter.
mining drill, that's what. Never has anything in a cave looked so majestic. So right now, this thing doesn't have any power, which honestly is for the better, because if this thing is pulling out uranium while we have it set up, we're just going to be taking on lots of radiation. Oh, did I mention to find this, I had to go through a waterfall? It's true. I wandered around for like an hour before I figured out it's back here. Okay, finally ran the conveyor belt all the way home. We're going to stage our uranium over here. You may recognize this little place over here. In a previous video, this is where I had all of my trucks, you know, the ones that turned into a sentient species, and then I had to put them down, otherwise the game would never run again. So we're gonna stage everything here because we can't.
I wonder
just
if you
send
could
uranium
bring them
over
back.
raw. We gotta make two things first: uranium cells and electromagnetic control rods. Uranium cells are the uranium itself, as well as concrete, and the electromagnetic rods are stators and AI limiters. Easy enough. Let's make a couple assemblers. We'll just place one here, and also just kind of over there. We're also gonna send our uranium into this guy over here, which, by the way, we haven't connected the power to that thing yet, so let's do that now. Okay, here we go. So now that we've connected the power, all we have to do is wait for the drill to do its thing and bring the uranium to us. There it is. For the record, it took about 4 minutes, and it still hurts to get near, right? Oh boy, does it ever. It's kind of a shame. It's so pretty to look at. It's like a bunch of slimers just on a conveyor belt. So this guy over here is going to be for our uranium cells. The uranium we obviously have, and right in front of us at the center of our base is some concrete. Okay, and there's the concrete, as I slowly die to radiation poisoning. Now this thing's doing the magic of making uranium cells, and for our control rods, gotta grab them stators and AI limiters. Alright, AI limiters for days, and these are the stators. Thankfully, I have pretty much all of these materials being built somewhere in my base, and I just need to find them and route them over here. Now that those two things are underway, we have to turn to our old friend the manufacturer, which we're gonna build down here for kinda no reason. And in this thing, we're gonna build nuclear fuel rods, which is what can finally go inside the nuclear reactors. My favorite part about this? Very radioactive. That's what I like to hear. First, we'll send these uranium cells down there. Okay, that's one down and two down. So that connects our two nuclear things. To finish off the trifecta,
really
we just
eating
need to
at your
get
filters,
ourselves some of these encased industrial beams, which I just happen to know where there's a lot of them. It's like all the stuff I built previously was all building up to this. Also known as, thank God my production is so imbalanced, I just have extra random crap everywhere. See if we can't work quickly here. I seem to be taking on a not insignificant amount of radiation poisoning. And there we go. And we'll just send these beauties right over there. And since I've already got my medical inhaler out, this calls for a celebration puff. Now that I've taken on 10 generations worth of radiation sickness, I'm just gonna stare off into space for a bit and let my empire just grow. Okay, I think we're in pretty good shape now. So many beautiful fuel rods. Now comes the fun part, where I route fuel rods all over the map and wonder if I'm gonna melt my face off. Almost there. Finally, after all that, the fuel rods are in the thingamajig. Machine looks to be working, and boy is it a thing of beauty. Now the only thing left to do is hook it up to power. I thought that'd be more exciting. Ooh, but that smoke is. My God, look at that jump. Our capacity for power was 4,400, and then we brought the power plant online, and now it's 6,900. That is quite the leap. So here's the other thing that happens with nuclear power. We get delicious, beautiful waste. Extremely radioactive. And what are we gonna do with that nuclear waste? Well, build a bunch of conveyor belts that zigzags it through this waterfall, of course. And I'm using the slow conveyor belts because I want all that radiation goodness to get all in the water supply. And then once its slow journey is complete, all that tasty waste goes into this bin for future generations to worry about. Okay, first nuclear power plant done. And
what have you done?
Get that first one off the ground. I feel like there's so much more we could be doing. This gives me an idea. I can't help but think being able to look at the cocoon again is a blessing in disguise. So for the first time in a long time, we're going back in. It's been so long since I was able to climb in this thing. Here we are in the belly of the beast. These, of course, being our 3 oil refineries. Yep. I'm tempted to go back and change all of these Mark 1 conveyor belts to Mark 5, but even I hurt imagining how long that would take. We're now here at the halfway point. You can tell because the iron rods stop and the oil begins, so I don't actually think there's an opening. I think I have to make one to get out. Nope, wait, found my opening. I'll just fly my way up there. Hopefully I don't run out of fuel for my jetpack. It's a long way down. And here we are at the very top. I know I've said it a couple of times, but I cannot stress how bizarre it is to be able to look at this thing and the frame rate maintains. Look at the dumpster that is my factory setup. Like at this point, even I can't tell what goes where. So I keep forgetting that there's like stairs and walkways. Nah. Really useful because we do need to find a way to get up there fast. But no one likes taking stairs, so I found a better way to get up there. It's called a bunch of bounce pads all over the place. Here, let me show you what I mean. It starts with this bounce pad right over here. So we just jump on this conveyor belt, which will launch us in at the right angle. It'll take us over to this bad boy, and it'll just start bouncing us all the way up to the top. And the nice thing is it's all set up so I don't have to do anything, and I can just bask and look at our factories, really just enjoy the ride. Oh shit. I'm not even moving anything, it's just bouncing me for me. So I can just look around at the nice surroundings, really take in all the beautiful scenery. Are you f***ing serious? Or I can just hold on for dear life and hope the whole thing works. Honestly, it works about 10% of the time. It's the best. But it gets you close to the top of the cocoon, so beggars can't be choosers. Oh, here we are coming in for a landing. Bounce off this backboard. Here comes the final bounce. I can't think of a better way to get to the top of this spiral. Okay, so you might be asking yourself, what's the plan? I mean, if you look out there, you can already see our nuclear power plant dumping nuclear waste down below. So here's what we're gonna do. I know this seems like sacrilege, but we're gonna cut the head off of the beast. And I know it seems scary, but I promise you there's a reason for everything. Remember how the top of this thing, because of the red tint, looked kind of like a warhead? Well, now we're really putting that nuclear touch on the top of it.
Oh my God.
That's looking better. It's got that kind of gaudy Vegas quality to it. Also, why is my nuclear reactor already showing signs of wear and tear? I haven't even hooked it up yet. And of course, we want it to look classy, right? Like, look at all the crap already floating around this thing. That majestic crown up there deserves the finest curb appeal. So first, let's make sure to loop this stuff through everything so that everything is nicely irradiated.
Right.
Yeah, this'll do.
Ah, shit. So how are you gonna maneuver?
And we're gonna feed him in through the bottom of the cocoon. That way the entire thing can maintain its visual splendor. Okay, there we go. Everything is properly
God, it's so
irradiated.
horrifying.
Now all we need to do is connect it to the power grid. Thankfully, because of the bounce pads floating in the air over here, there's already a bunch of power lines just ready for me to connect to. God, look at that burst in power right there. Now we gotta deal with my favorite thing, nuclear waste. The waste is all gonna come out of right here. And as is my custom, we're only going to use the finest, slowest belts we can. Now all we need to do is just run this belt full of byproduct goodness all the way down to the edge of these barrels.
From
and just
outside.
to make it a tad more convenient, I'm going to send the nuclear waste down in one of these splitters using the power of conveyor lift technology. Thank God these things can just keep going lower and lower and lower. Look at that, you can just have it hand delivered right to the ground. You know what I think I'm going to do with all this nuclear stuff? I'm just going to add a merger to where these iron rods are coming out, and I'm just going to mix these in with the iron rods.
Why?
Oh, yeah, this won't be a problem at all. Well, there it goes.
Why?
Join your friends. You know, though, with 2 power plants, I still feel like we're not producing enough nuclear waste.
A swift 3 hours.
Ah, much better. There's like
Whoa.
50 power plants back there. But this actually
Huh?
poses a new problem. While our power capacity is amazing, our consumption is conservative at best. And in order for these things to start chewing through those fuel rods, we actually have to get our power consumption up. Otherwise, they're just gonna sit here idly. Which is great if you're trying to build an efficient factory. It's not so great if you want your main export to be nuclear waste. And God, do we want more of these barrels. And to do that, we're gonna turn to our old friend, train technology. And the reason for that is because trains generate electricity and I can set them to go forever. So test one.
No.
One station here and another station here. Let's put a train down and do a quick test. As you can see, firing this thing up, it goes around and around and around, generating not nearly as much as I would like, but hey, it's generating something. Something else interesting we can do is we can connect trains together. And while each train in and of itself doesn't take up more power to function like this, they all have to fire up their engines to move. That's a nice little power push for not doing a whole lot. And I'll know this power output matters. If I see barrels piling up here, I know it's working. Now I'm interested to see if we can generate some power faster. Test number 2, in which case we see if adding some rails that go up increases how much power it takes. And then also I gave it a little more distance, mostly because I don't know how to use train tracks very well. Let's play conductor and see how it goes. So as always, when you first start it out, it does take a lot of power. Downhill does a little bit less for the power. Once the train gets moving, it takes up less because it's already got that speed going. So here's my current running theory. Maximum trains combined with maximum train stations means tons of stopping and starting, meaning tons of power generated. You know, I have an idea how we can test this, but I gotta build something real fast. So hang on, it'll just take a second.
A brisk 2 hours. Oh boy.
Okay, here's test number whatever this is. I sure hope it goes okay. It's essentially one gigantic loop that goes through all of these tracks. It's not particularly pretty or elegant. Hey, the whole point is just to generate electricity. Okay, now we've added the trains. In case you're curious, this is 188 trains, all connected together, taking up the entire track start to finish. And it's all automated, so the trains will just loop through this disaster forever. There are 23 total stations they go through, aptly named Pulp, before looping back around. You know what pains me most about this? It's not that it's actually semi-orderly, although that also pains me. It's how freaking slow everything's going. I didn't realize that would be the thing that drives me nuts. But enough talk. How's it doing for our power? At an idle state, about 6,000, not too bad. When the trains start up again, it hits a nice healthy 12,000. That's still a far cry from maxing out our potential with 100,000. But before I go nuts and start laying out more track, let's at least see if we're exporting any of the good stuff now. And by that, of course, I mean nuclear waste. Yeah, this'll do. This'll do nicely. That's a lot of barrels.
So where does it go? What are you taking
it? So normally the goal would be to try to figure out where to put this stuff so it doesn't do any harm. But why would you want to hide something so majestic? Now me, I look at my base and I see something that's missing, and I think this has a chance to be a real showpiece. Once again, I'll be back in a hot minute. Well, that's looking just swell. Oh yeah, feels good. This is looking great. So one might look at this and get the impression that I covered the entirety of my base in nuclear waste. And you'd be right. Up to and definitely including the weave, which if I do say so myself has never looked better. I feel like this is a waste disposal site,
this is the glowing sea right here.
Advertising its presence. Oh my god, the radiation is so bad. If I die and I have to respawn in, I just die instantly. I've made the base so hostile I can't even be here anymore. And also the spaghetti of my base is just completely out of control now. But damn, that nuclear waste looks so vibrant in the moonlight. So I feel like this is how this base was gonna end up. Nuclear waste everywhere, power plants as far as the eyes can see.
Have
our
mercy.
Conveyor NATO that turned into a conveyor cocoon now has a warhead aiming up to the heavens. And thank God I can use these bounce pads to just bask in it all while I fly off. Oh, and thank my lucky stars, the frame rate's
How the
gotten
fuck
kinda
did you
bad
manage to
again,
get out,
like,
get out of your
Hope you had
spawn?
fun. I know I did. I'm gonna go check and see if I'm growing a third arm from all this radiation, and I'll see you next time.
Lord have mercy. I get to finally see what the hubbub is about on this one.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing Satisfactory today, my favorite factory building game where we find exciting new ways to make ridiculously big spectacles and try to destroy the game's frame rate in the process. First, we built kind of a normal factory, and before you know it, we've got a tornado made out of conveyor belts, which caused some very exciting performance issues. But I thought we could probably do one better, and we turned this lovely valley into a beautiful conveyor belt weave. Hello, slideshow. Feeling not quite tortured enough, we went back to the tornado and turned it into a lovely cocoon. Lastly, we upgraded our massive factory system to take advantage of nuclear power, which produces a whole hell of a lot of waste that isn't easy to get rid of.
Yeah, to streamline the
So
intro a little bit,
irradiated that if
but that's
I die
okay.
and spawn back in, I just die again immediately. But at least we were able to add a warhead.
Seriously,
to
how
the
did you
top
get out of
the
that?
cocoon. So that's where we are now. Good news though, we somehow successfully made it out this time. Onward to new adventures. So where are we headed to next? Well, I've heard some interesting rumors about a place in the far northeast we can check out. And also the game added this awesome sliding mechanic. Look how action-packed this is. So we're gonna slide all the way there. Watch out, big guy. It's time to slide. So many crazy biomes to slide through. Move it, wildlife. Make way for Sir Slides Alive.
You got a surprising amount of momentum maintained when you slide.
I watched the sunrise all while sliding. And here we are, our brand
Desert.
new home. What a beautiful, lovely oasis. Tons of sand dunes to do this all day long.
Yeah.
Look, we've got local wildlife. Ow. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry. We'll just jetpack over here. You can't cross water though, right? Haha. Oh no. Well, good thing I brought some tools with me, like this thing to beat up wildlife.
Lit.
I think we're good for the ecosystem already. Okay, so the first
we're off
thing
to a
we need
great
to put
start.
down is the hub. This is what allows us to unlock new blueprints and stuff, which we're gonna need. We can't put it in the rock face, can we? Oh, we can, and so we shall. That's what I like to see. Our beautiful base shoved into the side of a rock. And if we mash our face close enough, we can look through to the other side. Looks like there's a bunch of exclamation points trying to draw our attention. So let's have ourselves a tour. This is my lovely craft bench, beautifully mingling with the rock. And over here, we've got our hub terminal, which allows us to unlock different milestones. From my previous factory, we've unlocked quite a few, but they've added new stuff in the game, like this aptly named awesome shop, which we'll unlock soon. And then this symbol is for, oh, it's for my storage chest.
that you can't reach.
Oh, is there any way to get to this? Okay, I think I've got an idea on how to get to that. See this room right here? This is normally where you'd respawn if you died. So I wonder if we'll respawn inside the rock face. Good thing I brought this jetpack. Here goes nothing. Let me into my secret factory, please. Oh, my bones. Let's see where I respawn. Okay, here we are in well, I can't get through this rock either, so I guess we're in our own personal tomb. But at least we've got a bathroom. All right, Mountain Face, you win. Let's build this somewhere else. Let's go with option number 2. Starkly in the center of a big, vast desert. Okay, now that the base is set up, let's talk about what we're gonna do this episode. My understanding is unlocking this tier is gonna give us the most premier form of travel, launching our bodies
The
through a
hyper
tube. But for any of
tubes.
that to happen,
So
we need
now
to set up
they've
a supply
updated
chain
that
just
in.
like before. So we're gonna set up some factories on these mineral deposits, and we'll get our factory up and going in no time. Okay, and until we can get some better power going, we're gonna use these biomass burners for power. So to power these, we need biomass, which we could do by just pulling crap like this out of the ground. But why do that when there's this entire forest over here? And I brought a chainsaw. Take a good look, nature. I'm coming. Oh yeah, just get in there and it just all goes away. And you know you've hit peak efficiency if you're pulling weeds up while you run with a chainsaw. I bet these trees have been here surviving for thousands of years. Well, what are you gonna do? See, much better.
Nice.
So beautiful, so barren. The only foliage left. Tiny little twigs rolling in the wind. But hey, check out what all of that did for us. Just miles of beautiful leaves. All in all, we're set up really nicely to put a bunch of fuel into the biomass burners. There we go. Recycle all that foliage in the only way we know how, by burning the hell out of it. And in doing so, it looks like all of our machines are looking nice and powered. Everything here just drilling away. Now all we need to do is give it a place to come out of, which of course means using my most beautiful friends, conveyor belts. And there we go. All this beautiful ore is coming out. Now we just need a place to store and process. And I think I might know just the place. Come on, Mother Nature. I have use of your bountiful land. So we're gonna take advantage of this fertile ground for the best possible use. And that's storage containers. Like a lot of containers. Just all over the place. Yeah, okay, this should do.
Oh my god.
Right?
This looks like it's like a step away from being a complete junkyard.
Space for cargo, which means now all this beautiful ore can be redirected down below for safekeeping. Okay, let's run some conveyor belts all the way down the dunes. And let's see, we'll just connect this here.
Do just some random.
And then we'll just connect this one here.
Oh no, we're gonna link it all together.
I've got other drills too, so let's make sure to invite them to Cargoville. Population, all the materials. Ooh, and look what I found over here. Limestone. Don't mind if I do. And you know, that spot up there looks perfect for power plants. Yeah, there we go. Just looking great. Okay, with our basic infrastructure in place, it's time to turn these raw materials into something more tangible. And that means creating a number of production machines, like constructors and assemblers. And we're gonna put those right up there. Yeah, this seems like a good place. Let's make everything beautiful. Much better. Now this is my kind of factory. We got power plants there, materials getting melted down over there, and after all that stuff is processed, it gets sent right on over to manufacturing.
Oh my god, it is a fucking web.
We also upgraded our power plants to coal, which is what all that beautiful pollution is in the distance. So you know, overall, business as usual. I could stare at this mess all day. See all these storage containers in the background? We haven't used them all yet, but we actually are using them for storage. Take these boxes of screws, for example. They actually start their
Where is that
lives
fucking
as these ingots
conveyor
right here,
going
which
to?
are lovingly manufactured
It's not connected
into this
to
machine
anything.
here before being pressed into fine metal rods. The rods eventually find their way to this other machine, and out comes beautiful baby screws, which continue their 10-year journey down this conveyor belt, which takes them through a painful amount of unnecessary twists and turns. You want to know how unnecessary? Look, this is where the screws end up, back on the ground where they started. So yeah, as you can see, everything is pretty much a nightmare just like this. Oh, but don't worry, I have a system to find things. It's called I go from container to container, hoping I find what I'm looking for. And if it's empty,
oh my god,
I
it's all
keep
mixed
following
match.
the screw trail until I find where it ends. Finally, I found some screws to use. Yes, it's a nightmare, but it's my nightmare. And now you get to share it with me. Now that our factory needs are squared away, it's time to focus on more exciting things, like unlocking something riveting. Specifically, this resource sync bonus program. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Resource sync.
Oh, look, Satisfactory has a message for me. Hey, don't tell them how long I've been sitting here. Thanks, game, for giving away all my secrets. All right, where were we? Awesome sync, let's do this. So this is one of my favorite parts of the game. We get to unlock those things by feeding the machine this stuff. And once we do that, a big old button appears for us to hit launch. And then we watch as those materials get sent off into the atmosphere, and then they're just gone forever, I guess. I've always wondered what mysteries this thing sees when it flies high into... Wait, what? Wait, really? It just gets stuck in space like that? Oh, really? This whole time I thought it like flew away. Wow, flat Earth confirmed. We live in a big dome. Oh, I see. Are you back from your liar's journey? Don't think we don't know what you're up to. Well, now
Your
my worldview
liar's
is shattered.
journey.
Let's take a look at the awesome shop. So my understanding is the shop part lets you buy cool things. How do I use you? Oh yeah, it's like a catalog of fun things. Ooh, vehicles. Fix-It Factory cart. I have to have it. It takes 10 tickets. I have none. And that's where the awesome sync comes in. Basically, we're gonna set this thing down and feed it excess resources. Okay, let's see. We just gotta fill its...
I'm about to say, Reggie didn't really make much of a case for the awesome sync, because it didn't sound very appealing to me, but maybe Let's Game It Out will show me.
Pie hole here. Well, I know where to go. Over to Terror Town. We got plenty of resources over here, so we're just gonna add a splitter right on top of the conveyor belt here, and then straight from the production line, we're just gonna pull them over. Okay. Yes, yes. Eat it all. There is something really exciting about watching it just crush up everything. Okay, so it looks like as we feed the machine, it gives us points, which eventually get put towards coupons. Like, check it out. There's 2. Okay, you know what? I need more faster. Let's upgrade you to Mark 5 conveyor belts. Okay, things are moving faster now. But we don't have enough pipes to keep up. Okay, no problem. I think I know how to handle this. First, let's use another splitter and split off whatever the hell these are. We'll run these back over to the master conveyor belt, where we're going to use a conveyor merger. There we go, just put that right there. And then connect this to the whole process. Okay, a little more stuff going at once. All these resources. Some of them just sitting here. Well, this gives me an idea. You know what would probably make all this organization look even better? Putting splitters on everything. That way everybody can participate. I'm sure it won't look like a nightmare at all. Oh god, look at this mess. I may have attached a couple splitters, quite possibly all over the place. It's really helping the decor. An aggressive amount of resources reporting for duty as ordered. Okay, and here at the conveyor belt of prizes, we just need to connect all of these bad boys. So
Connect
we'll
them
just put
all.
a series of mergers down and just start connecting. See, look at that. It couldn't be more simple. The conveyor belts just overwhelm the mergers, and out comes a beautiful assortment of crap. Just shove everything in there.
Yep.
No part is too crappy. According to the awesome sync, we have started to give it a little bit more than we did before. So I can't help but think we can make this go a little faster. I mean, all the stuff flying in right now. Oh god,
now we're optimizing the sync.
Stuff, but I bet if we added in some more high quality components, this would get even better. And really, what better place to build that than... Oh, right over there. Oh boy, let's get started. Okay, there we go. As you can see from this lovely bird's eye view, here's our factory that kind of looks...
It's becoming a fucking landslide of conveyors and construction materials, bruh.
like Cthulhu's face. From way back here, it's actually hard to take in just how much crap is going on here. So in we go. So the goal was to add some of the higher tier items, and I would like to believe we did just that. We also managed to use all the cargo containers, pretty much every single one of them, and pretty much everything is just one giant conveyor belt mess, and it just goes forever and ever and ever. What I'm trying to say is hopefully Ticket Machine is hungry because we're gonna feed it now. Oh, and if you're wondering how long it took me to do this, I don't know, 40 hours? If I sound different than I did a moment ago, it's because I've abandoned all sanity. Yes, go forth,
I'm sure.
my beautiful creations. We're off to see the Ticket Wizard, and we aim to do it in the most disorganized way possible. Here they are emerging onto the main belt.
It's a fucking
what a
sea.
beautiful sight. I hope the coupon gods are hungry, because here comes a feast. Oh yeah, that's much better. Look at that,
Damn.
just constantly getting tickets. And look at that line graph. Look at this. Before I was getting like 6,000 to 7,000 points per minute, and now a glorious 13.5 million points per minute. Okay, give him here.
So many.
24 glorious coupons. I'll try not to spend them all in one place. Okay, it's time for you, Fix-It Factory cart. Add to cart. Check out. Okay, bombs away. Wait, this is
so
the car?
tiny.
I fit inside this?
It's
Well,
so
okay.
tiny.
Finally, ultimate comfort. All right, here we go. Yeah, now we're getting some
Why is
real
the window
speed
down?
going. Okay, all things considered, this thing's pretty fun. I mean, it is really impossible to control. Oh, hey, excuse me, what do you think you're doing?
Duh.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, he's scared. Oh wow, this thing seems to actually do really well if you just ride it in reverse. And you can see my sad, concentrated face the whole time. Well, we got no choice, I guess. Let's go see what's over there. Oh boy,
Oh, it's
look at
bothering
this
me that the
lush
window
forest
is
here.
down,
Look out,
dog.
the delicate
Fix
touch
that.
of humankind has arrived. Hey buddy, do you know where the whoa, come here buddy. Oh, ignore me, will you? Let me get out and talk to him. Oh, he cared about that. That's
Oh,
for
God.
sure. All right,
Where
kid,
is it?
I know
Okay.
when I'm not wanted. Oh, but I'll be back, because back at base I have a little surprise for you. When I fled my old base, I brought a little something with me, and that something is right here
Ooh,
in this
Tokyo
chest.
Drift.
It's hard to tell based on the picture, but these things right here are essentially explosives. Allow
Oh,
me
yeah.
to demonstrate.
Hell yeah.
Demolition work. Such a noble profession. So I can't help but wonder, can we combine pleasures? Let's see if we can't just
Oh,
attach this to the
God.
side. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Giant
God.
explosive is my co-pilot. Okay, test number 1. So having hopped out, looks like the explosive is still intact. Let's see what happens if I detonate.
Oh.
Well, work like a charm. Okay, test number 2. Let's see if we, well, okay. I'm not gonna question it. It's part of the vehicle now. Ooh, test subject. Hey, buddy, enjoy. Oh, yeah, that worked great. Really? Not
Awesome.
even remotely scarred by that? Here, just take one to the face then. Attaboy. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
try this again. Maybe what we need is 2 of these. You know, what the hell? Let's go with 3 just to be safe. Did I say
Maybe
3?
4?
I meant 4. Did I say 4? Because I just made an amazing discovery. It turns out you can just keep attaching them to each other like this. I wonder how many
have a
of these
tail
you can
now.
actually attach. Turns out quite a few. Behold, the Hugmaster 9000.
Oh
with
my
its
God.
beefy arms and amazing reach. This thing is ready to embrace anything.
Oh my God.
Boys, I'm getting in.
Yo.
Look at this nightmare. By the way, fellas, there's a new sheriff in town. Okay, who wants a piece? Whoa, oh my God, what's happening? What caused me to spin like that? Oh, well, that's not good. Maybe I can just like, oh yeah, perfect. Where was I? Well, no sense in wasting this. Come here, buddy. Let me just put a loving arm around you. Let's just enjoy the silence together. Ah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, just walk it off. Never mind the constant explosions happening around you. You know, what am I doing? Let's just cut out the middleman and go straight to the source. Here, let's build you a nice little cage. How's it feel? You feel good in here? Don't worry, I brought presents for everyone.
You did.
God, should I
Oh,
feel kind
God.
of bad about that? Especially the part where it's like under its skin. Yeah, you keep posturing like that, I'll keep turning you into part Terminator.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, now we're talking. Let's get one on each joint. Give you that real cyborg feel. Here,
Hell
have one
yeah.
right in the face. Literally right in the face. Here you go, buddy. Take this one and
Oh, you're dead.
Okay, it turns out they can only take so much of it. Quick, destroy the evidence. You know, maybe I'm going about this all wrong. I might need to find an animal that can take a little more oomph. You know, like this thing. Hey there, little
Ooh.
guy. Oh, look at him getting up on the hind legs. I can't honestly tell if that's cute or just terrifying. Okay, step
Yes.
1. Make the space giraffe a domicile. Step 2. Coax it into its new habitat. Oh, that was easy. Step 3. Decorate your new friend. Wow, this is way harder than I thought it would be. This guy keeps moving. Hold still. Jeez, just let me put more on your face.
Oh no, what'd you
Okay,
do?
so me and Mother Brain have been hanging out all night, and as much as I would like to affix more, the frame rate's so bad that I actually can't aim anymore. But you know, between that beautiful face and this beautiful glowing growth, there's about 400 explosives on him. So now that he's properly tagged, let's let him go free. Oh god, every time he moves, the frame rate gets even worse. Yes, be free. Take the frame rate with you. Okay, look, I'm sorry to do this to you. As much as I want to live and let live, you need to die and let frame rate first. Sorry to do this to you. You know, as we sit here and watch this together, I kind of forgot why we did this in the first place.
Why
But
did
at
we
least
do
broke
this?
the frame rate again. My god, how long is this poor guy gonna keep exploding?
Oh god,
Yep,
5.
this is still going on. You know, we'll just leave them to the fates. Who knows how long that's gonna be. Well, that was probably enough weaponizing animals for now. Let's focus on weaponizing ourselves now. And
Oh,
by
no.
that I mean let's unlock something called hypertubes,
Oh, okay.
which as I've been told is the premier way of human travel. Okay, so let's start simple, see if we can't understand how
You're just
this
gonna turn
works.
into, like, a
Here's our
pile of
beautiful
mush.
entrance. And now let's add a little bit of this hypertube. Okay, in we go and well, that's about what I expected. Oh god, yes. This is what I was hoping.
Hell
we could
yeah.
do. Okay, what about if we
Wait.
aim this downwards? Yes, perfect. Okay, onward and oh, hell yeah. I was hoping we could return to the underworld. I was really hoping we could meet our maker again. Well, this is just filled with infinite possibilities, isn't it?
Hell
Just
yeah,
continue
brother.
To extend this? Apparently, yes. Like some kind of horrible sand serpent. You can just keep on going down and up and down and up forever and ever and ever. Well, this feels like a gift we need to share with the world. And I think you know
Hell
what that
yeah.
probably means. That's right. Let's just add a modest number of tubes to everything. What a relaxing way to enjoy the cacophony.
Oh my god.
Just
It's a
you
fucking roller
propelled
coaster
freely
now.
through a frictionless tube like a bullet down the barrel of a gun. Watch out on that exit, though. It's pretty impactful. This does have me wondering, though. Which part about this glorious thing caused damage? Do you think it's the part where it's pushing you down? I think we need to do some experimenting. First, let's build a tiny little tower. If we build a tube system, which goes right over the edge and straight down, let's see if that alone causes any damage. Okay, in we go. Oh, okay. Took just a little over 1 square damage. For
Okay.
test number 2, let's see how this treats our frail human body. Okay, in we go. About the same. Okay, so let's go taller. Make the journey a little longer. Surely this will feel good on my spine.
Now we're
right?
just
Only
testing
one way
the
to find
limits.
out. Ooh, that's a lot more ow. Let's
Ooh.
keep building higher and higher. Just a tiny amount higher.
A
Oh
tiny.
boy, this is gonna feel great. Okay, everybody, hold on to your internal organs. Wow. Yeah, just walk that
Perfect.
off somehow. Well, I'm not gonna let the hypertube beat me.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
we're about ready. What with all the layers we added? I'm still backing up in the hopes of showing it all. Okay, there we go at long last. The view from the top isn't too bad either. If you look down,
Ooh.
it's a long way. And then, of course, over here we have what I lovingly call the avalanche. What do we think?
Yes.
Do things look any better from up here? So as you can see, we're starting with full health. Now let's hop in so the end can take us. You know, it's strangely peaceful here in the tube. Oh my god. We're alive? Miracle
What?
tube. I'm sorry, I doubted you. Maybe it's that beautiful soft sand. So let's aim it up instead and see if we can reach the heavens. Okay, here goes nothing. Going as fast as we can, and then, and back up we go. Oh, well, how about that? Right back where we started. I do wonder something, though. If I put an entrance point right here, you can see that it's pulling in air. This gives me an idea. Okay. So as you can see, I added a new element here, and we'll see if the additional air pull adds a little something. Here we go. Okay, here
Oh,
it
God.
comes. And, oh wow, we seem to be moving a bit faster. Strike that a lot faster. Nope, I think we know what happens next. And that's a bunch of mini tubes, just like this. Let's try that tall and just see how it goes. Okay, I got a good feeling about this. Oh, being launched out here is not what I was expecting. Tower, why have you forsaken me? And did you see those frames where my body was torn inside out? So I think what's happening is we go through super speed. We hit the little gap there, and it sends us flying. Maybe I'm going about this all wrong. Let's try something more horizontal than vertical. So the way the last booster worked, we made a tube system that sucks you in one end, pops you out the other. And then it seemed like if we set up a second tube system so that it sucks you through the first one, you go through a tiny tube, exit the first tube, and then immediately get sucked into the next one.
The momentum?
That this would give some extra speed. So let's test this. And just like that, we have our test bed
Oh,
ready to go.
God.
So we got 5 tubes set up here. And as you can see, each one has one segment longer than the last. This is the kind of crap I do all the time, by the way.
Yeah.
You find the magic unless you test until your eyes bleed. And if you look right past the tubes, you'll see a bunch of piles of concrete just sitting around. And that's because basically I would go in the tube, see how far it launched me, leave a marker. Based on our 5 tubes, it would appear that for every booster you add, it goes that much farther. Super linear. And that brings us to test number 6. The day I realized you could stack them even closer together. And I'm not sure what witchcraft happens when you do this. But if you get enough of them going. Oh boy, do you fly and fly and fly all the way to heaven. Wow, I knew that hypertubes were gonna revolutionize travel, but I didn't know it was gonna be this good. Have you ever been like, wow, I wish I could be over there now? No problem, we've got you covered. Have a safe trip.
shit.
Are you ever working early on the job site when all of a sudden you realize you have a hunger to do some shopping? Well, don't waste your time walking those like 40 steps. Let the hypertube do that for you.
Oh,
I can
Lord have
taste
mercy.
the savings already. Or maybe that's all the blood in my mouth. Or maybe you just want to experience the speed of light and having your face ripped off. Might I suggest the Face Ripper 9000. This lovely system
My
is
God.
over 600 meters long.
What have you
features
done?
Over 150 boosters, all chained together so that when you're completely atomized, your comfort comes first. So what are you waiting for? Get in there.
Do it.
Such a smooth ride. Oh my God, what is happening? Am I seeing the forming of the universe? Is this just all there is? Can I look around? I gotta go lay down. I can't deal. What does it mean? So what are you waiting for? Start your journey today.
Oh my God.
So I was at the top of my tower thing, and you know what I spotted? Is that what I think it is? Oh my God, it's my old base. I can't believe we can see that from all the way back here. Well, I think we have our new objective. It's time for us to plot a course.
Oh
Okay, I think we're
my
ready to
God.
go. You know, I'll never get tired of building
my
these
God.
cannons. It's like I'm crafting the barrel of a gun every time. Oh, and before we go on our amazing voyage, let's see how many tickets we racked up. Oh, a lovely 928, huh? I'll be taking those. Or maybe I'll just take 500 for now. Let's buy ourselves something nice for the voyage. Ooh, like this coffee cup. I'm just gonna take in this beautiful view one last time.
Okay. I see what
time
you're
to
cooking.
die. Okay, here we go. Oh, there goes the base. I'm back to heaven. Okay, too extreme. Now we know. We're gonna jump in about 10 from the back this time, see how this does for us. Okay, a lot more manageable. I feel like these are very nice speeds. I feel like we're gonna hit the ground, though. Or we could go through the ground. Must sip coffee before I die. Okay, we're gonna go 14 in this time. And I don't know if this is cheating, but I'm also gonna use my jetpack for controlled bursts. Oh, there it is. All our old
There
stuff.
it is.
I'm coming for ya. We're back-ish. Home sweet home. Feels so good to be constantly irradiated again. Well, feels good to be back. Who would have thought this would ever look orderly by comparison? And more importantly, what is that we see off in the distance there? That's right, the hypertube that brought us here. Well, I hope you had fun. I know I did. I'm gonna see if I can clean this mess up, as well as make some new friends, and I'll see you next time.
That's amazing.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. Oh boy, let's play some Satisfactory today.
Yeah.
We love this game around here, where there are endless ways to shatter your bones. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's catch you up on what's happened so far. First, we built a wonderful, normal, working factory for like a second. Then it turned into this, then into this, and then this, and also some of this. Eventually, we reach nuclear power. It produces a lot of energy, but more than that, it produces beautiful, toxic byproducts. So much so that it hurt to exist here, and we had to flee. So after that, we slid our way over to oranger pastures, and this time we did it right. We erased all of this nature, we put down a beautiful working factory, and we can't forget about hypertubes, which is good for normal transportation or linking them together and going so fast you leave this dimension. Or if you split the difference, you can create a machine where we can aim this cannon back at our old base and see if we can reclaim that irradiated nightmare. And that's what brings us to here. So we have a couple of pressing concerns. Each and every one of those barrels that's actively hurting me while I talk. That's okay though. I've got my handy dandy inhaler here, so whenever my health is getting me down,
right back to full.
Let me give you the grand tour before we get started. Here we have sumptuous radiation issues, followed by even more radiation issues, and we're gonna have to figure this out fast.
I would just love the idea that every cut, like just before,
cursed now, and even more radiate. Oh, it looks like things have kind of come to a standstill. I guess it makes sense though. After all, over here on this side of our base,
I was about to say, like, every cut is just him using the inhaler to just rejuvenate himself.
A land of nuclear power plants. There's been a couple of changes since we were last here. See, the last time we were in this base was before they added fluid to the game. And now that all of these beauties have been magically retrofitted, it requires not just these, which are uranium fuel rods, but it also requires that we have water to cool the whole thing down, which obviously we don't have, based on this giant gaping hole, which means that we've got all of these plants and none of them are working right now, which honestly is probably both good and bad. Good because no working means no nuclear wasty. The bad is these being off offline means we don't have any power coming to our base. Don't worry though, we're gonna get this all back online. And the first step is gonna be getting all this radiation out of here. First things first, we're gonna need some items. Good thing we've got materials everywhere.
So how are we gonna
Not
do
to
it?
mention stockpiles of the best stuff. A whole container full of things that blow up. And me with a detonator. And you know what that means? I can't just blow this stuff up by hand, can I?
Nope.
Well, it was worth a shot. Good to know where these things are anyway. So step one is we gotta flush out all of these barrels, or else I don't think reality is ever coming back together again. So we're gonna go all the way over here to the outskirts of this madness. I see you flying up there, don't judge me. And basically we need to figure out how to get all these barrels out from our base. Let's just use this convenient thing called a splitter, and then we'll build out a conveyor belt from there, and we'll just keep running this, and we'll just take it all the way to the edge here. I'm not really sure what the plan is, seeing as how there's nothing down here. But hey, at least it's getting all this waste away from the rest of my factories. And at the end of all this, we'll go ahead and put a nice big storage container.
Lord have
There
mercy.
you go, fellas. Welcome to your temporary new home. So while we wait for all of this stuff to finish filtering out of here, let's get some other vital stuff done. As mentioned, for the time being, none of these are working. You know, I know where there is working power though, and it's just one quick slide away. Ah, home sweet second home.
Nice.
I missed you, security blanket of pipes and conveyor belts and materials. Anyway, we're not here for sightseeing. No, we're here for that power. That dirty, environmentally unfriendly coal power. Let's just go ahead and connect one of these power lines, and let's go ahead and build all the way back. Starting from there, this is us, all the way back to our other base.
Oh, Lord have
Super
mercy.
easy to just run these forever. Don't worry, this isn't gonna take any time at all. And we always know when we're getting closer to home because the frame rate takes a dive and everything hurts. Although, now that I'm in the main part of the factory, I think all the radiation's been filtered out, and I'm not taking damage anymore. I'm so happy it's time to use my inhaler again. Anyway, where were we? Oh, hello. What the hell are you? Pet the lizard doggo. Don't mind if I do.
Lizard dog. Oh.
Okay, well, great talk. Looks like the barrels are still coming, which shows that the process is working all the way to barrel heaven. And we know that for sure because look at our glorious radiation levels. Quite the radioactive vessel. And as we get closer, I'm really hurting. Now, in theory, this should be enough because the farther away we get, the lower the radiation goes. And if we're far enough away, the radiation goes away entirely. But I don't want to lose this entire area to that. Isn't there a way we can get rid of this stuff permanently? Most other items in the game you can just throw in the little trash can here. Oh, but not these barrels. It doesn't want you to do that. All right, let's leave this for a second and come over here. And let's test some stuff on an area that doesn't have radiation. Okay, so getting rid of stuff. We can't just grab an item, drag it out of our inventory, because then it goes straight here on the ground. And sure, we can throw these things, but no other items can we throw like that. So I wonder if there is any way we can... Oh, what the hell did that? You knocked me off? Oh,
Bruh.
you guys think you're so clever, don't you, huh?
What?
Oh, well, we learned something new just now. Those guys can throw themselves off. So the question is, can we somehow attach the radiation to these fellas and then just lead them off a cliff? Okay, hold on. I got an idea.
I mean,
Let's
Reggie
build
gave us
out
an
a
idea on
couple
one
of
way to
little
get rid of 'em.
platforms. And then let's add some walls. Okay. Hey, come back here. I have need of you. Come on. Come on. Okay, better. Stay right there. I'm just gonna put something on top of you. Easy. Well, technically it's on top of him, but I don't think it's part of him. Nope, definitely not. So I think it's safe to assume that there's no way to actually attach this to these creatures. Well, thanks for trying. So for my next idea, we're gonna need one of these. A pale berry. So do you remember that lizard doggo that we saw? As you can see, he's a little bit timid if we get too close.
We're gonna
So
do
if we
it.
Take these here pale berries. Go ahead and just put them on the ground. Little doggo friend loves them, and now he trusts us. Aww.
Aww.
And now we have the message to see if lizard doggo found anything. Basically, now he has an inventory, and occasionally he'll find stuff and bring it to us. But we can also put things in that slot. And now it's just carrying it around while it follows us. So of course I think we have another question. Can this little guy carry a stack of barrels? Only one way to find out. Come on, little guy. Okay, where were we? Get ready for a journey. Oh hey, he found me some flower petals. That's so sweet. I love you too. I'll take those. And here you have these 258 barrels of toxic waste. And lizard doggo seems unaffected by the tremendous amount of radiation. Well, you know what happens next, right? Now let's see, how am I gonna get you to want to be down there? What if we build some platforms all the way out here? Come on, come on, come on.
Just use your
come
rebar.
on. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, mission successful. Oh, let's do it again. Hey,
No.
there, little guy. I've got something for you.
No.
Good God, that took forever.
Oh my
At least
God.
we got them. Make yourselves at home in the waiting room. Here, I'll even give you a window to look through. All right, so here's the thing. I've been doing some thinking, and I don't know if I can bear to watch them fall down onto the cliffs below. I mean, after all, look at these little guys. Look at those little faces. They deserve better than that. That's why instead, we're gonna use something else. Jump pads. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and... Excellent. All right, I guess we need to test if it works. Yep, that'll about do it. All right, come on, little guy. Let's get you all suited up. Okay. You know what to do. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say that was a rousing success. And before you know it, our nuclear waste problems are solved. Okay, come on out, fellas. You look all ready for prime time. Let's not just wander them over here. Instead, let's aim a bounce pad back this direction, build a couple layers up, and we'll put the other bouncy thingy at the top here. Okay, there you go. Oh, you guys spread each other out. Well, at least that one made it. Oh, God. For this one, let's see if we can get nothing but net. Oh, close enough. Who knew that getting rid of radioactive waste would be so
This is so
fun?
terrible,
Okay,
bro.
We only have a couple more to go here. Have fun, guys. That's a
This is the
victory, looks
worst.
like.
This is the
last
worst
straggler,
timeline.
huh? You might want to avert your eyes for this. Well, looks like that took care of the radiation. Time to deal with the next mess. Getting all this back online. We do still have to deal with radiation, of course, because to power these plants, we use these uranium fuel rods. But it shouldn't be too hard to deal with. All we need to do is focus on the water part. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten that this one needs water too. First things first,
How are you
is
gonna
we
get
need
the
to
water?
locate a water source. And you know, I think I know just the place. Oh yeah, and this reactor over here too. Okay, so all we really need to do is find some nice deep water. You know, this water doesn't appear to be terribly deep. Maybe it'll work anyway, let's see. Time for some water extraction. Yep, looks like it's gonna be just fine. Okay, now what we need to do is run some pipes. Hey, I'm sure this will be just fine, right? Pretty sure water doesn't naturally want to go uphill like that, but what do I care what water wants? I just care that it connects. Okay, and with that all connected, the entire base still doesn't have power, so we need to draw upon our power lines that are from the other base. I'm glad that you can drag these power lines out over to a cliff and then right into a waterfall. Whatever, they'll allow it, so I'll do it. Okay, let's see. How are we doing? Water appears to be extracting at a perfectly whatever flow rate, and you can tell it's doing its job by this little thing here because of the things doing things. As you can tell, I totally understand how water works in this game. The important part is that if we come all the way over here and we check the pipes, we can see the water's running all the way here just fine. And if we look at the plant itself, water's all there, uranium's all there. Looks like power is back on the menu.
Hell yeah.
Onward to the other power plants. All right, excellent. I think we've done some really fine work here. Let's see if everything connects as planned. Let's start with one initially. Well, doesn't appear to be any water getting here, at least not yet. What do you mean this weird, gross, illogical pipe system isn't working? I mean, if you take a look at our splitter here, this one's getting plenty of water, as is this part right here. Oh, wait, the flow sucks. So without really knowing what we're doing, we're gonna use this pipeline pump. Allows fluids to be transported 20 meters upwards. Okay, well, great. Work your magic. Okay, there we go. Looks like we have more flow coming through this thing, sorta. Water sure is weird. Ah, yes, much better. Full capacity in the pipes. That's what I like to see. Okay, how are we working, you big behemoth? Ah, yes. Burning water too fast and occasionally offline. That's what we call progress. You know what? Why am I trying so hard? After all, this is a pretty large space. Let's see how many of these can fit. And then 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, that
and
seems
10.
better. We have a couple more. Quite a bit more.
Whoa!
No
What
idea
the
how many
fuck?
are in here. All I know is it's more than I had, and I hope it's enough to siphon up.
It's
the
a
entire
whole
ocean.
goddamn
Now it's time to
army.
Get to the piping. Ta-da! Pipes, pipes. and
Lord
more
have
pipes.
mercy.
I spent
This
a
is
little time
horrifying.
building just a couple of pipe systems. Here, let me give you the grand tour. Basically, they start here, and then they extend out here, and then they route over here, and then God only knows where they go next. Pretty much, if there's ground to cover, that's where we put pipes, and I do mean anywhere.
Oh
ground to
my
cover.
God.
If it's cliffs, also now pipes. Heading past this first power plant, that's right, pipes. And we
Wall
just
of
follow
pipes.
this very comprehensive pipe system. How you doing there, buddy? You
This
having
is
a good time?
terrible.
And we just keep
This
on
is
going
this
and
is
follow where
horrible.
the pipes go until eventually we make it over where we can see water making it to all
Oh.
of our power plants.
Oh
Who would've
my
thought
God.
Pipes were so easy. All you gotta do is just have so many running everywhere that eventually everything can connect and have water. And yeah, sure, when these things are producing power, they also produce nuclear byproducts. But that's a solved problem. Everybody wins. And with all these glorious power plants up and
no.
Again. So too are our factories. Yeehaw to beautiful, endless manufacturing. Oh, and don't worry, I haven't forgotten about this guy. I know we need to get water up here too, and I know that seems pretty daunting, but don't you worry, I've got an idea, so hold,
Are you gonna
please.
circle it around?
And connected. See, that wasn't so hard to get water up here. All I had to do
no.
was build a couple of water pipes.
Oh,
A
no.
lot of water pipes.
Oh,
A
no.
lot of water pipes. Yep, this is what I did. I started with a pipe on the ground, ran it all the way to the start of my
Lord have
conveyor belt
mercy.
tornado, and then just kept building and building and building. And before you know it, fresh water straight from the source. And boy, how is this doing amazing things to the frame rate.
Oh, I'm
Glad that
sure.
It turned out putting all this pipe
Oh,
down
God.
was easy. That said, while I noticed
It's
the
all
radiation
pipes.
nightmare is over, oh boy, have I noticed some cursed stuff still happening. You know, I think I know what we can do. Granted, I don't want to waste all this beautiful
Oh my God.
manufacturing prowess or this gross thing, but I think I have an idea to salvage our factory and our frame rate. So let's head back over to Red Base, where we've got our hub. In the hub is where we unlock new milestones. And over here in Tier 7,
God, I've
we have
almost
something
forgotten
called
about the
aeronautical engineering. And in that, we have something called drones. Transports available input back and forth between its home and destination ports. I like the sound of that. So in order to unlock these things, we need to amass all of these items, and then we just feed it all into the machine. A big old button appears, which will send this cargo container right here into orbit. But before we do that, I have kind of an idea. Can you take an explosive to outer space for me? Only one way to find out. And launch. Okay, have a nice summer. Oh, that does work. Well, nice to see it's completely unaffected. And now, because of our generous contributions, we have fun new toys. So for starters, we can't just put a drone down right here in the sand. It needs to go in the drone port. Okay, I see how this works. It's like a little carrier thing. Batteries to power the drones go in here. And these are like in and out points for importing and exporting materials. Easy peasy lemon whatever. Couldn't be more simple. Okay, yeah, and drones fit right here. Look at that, ready to transport. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and connect this thing.
How are you gonna
all the way
fuck
through
this
our
up?
pile of crap. I mean, surely somewhere in here are batteries, right? Wait. Those look like batteries to me. Quickly, new conveyor belt, add a splitter, and now take some of those batteries. Now that these are well underway, we're gonna put 2 storage containers, one for the imports and one for the exports. And for stuff to transport, I'm just gonna use copper. Not for any reason, just because I have it. And now we need to configure the drone port. And we're gonna name this first port Sendy Offie. And now let's move a little bit of ways from this station here and add another drone port over here, and we'll set up another container. This one's gonna be just for receiving. And we're gonna name the second port Gimme Goodies. Excellent. And we're gonna set it up so that Sendy Offie has a destination port of Gimme Goodies. Oh, and the moment we set this up, look what's happening. Wait, don't leave without me. Let's see where this thing goes. Wow, we're really high up here. We're flying as high as my rail gun even. Well,
Oh,
looks like it's
shit.
going to the destination, and it looks like it's coming in for a nice, smooth landing. Oh, and here comes our supplies. Perfect. That worked
Yay.
like a charm. And then when it's done, it takes off in a perfect pattern to do some sweet air maneuvers before landing in its original pad again, to pick up more supplies before doing it all again. Kind of curious what I can do with this thing. Like, I see it doing all these evasive maneuvers. If I build foundations and just intentionally try and get in its way, is it going to know how to deal with this? We're about to find out. Huh, it doesn't care at all. And then off it goes. Well,
but then you're gonna start building another one on top of it.
This gives me an idea. So here's my master plan. We're gonna use those drones to take all these luscious supplies and transfer them to our other non-cursed base. Because after all, we don't want all these supplies or all this luscious power to go to waste now, do we? Of course not. So one of the things though is that these drone ports actually take up quite a lot of space. And something tells me it's smart to have at least a couple. But luckily, I think I know a place that's centrally located to all of our stuff that has virtually unlimited building space. And I think I know what we can use to help us out. Behold, my original train station. Back when you could make train station names really long. Those were the days. Anyway, we're gonna take a little trip. Because
you can't do it no more.
I made a nice little railway that doesn't give a crap about the rules of terrain at all. And now here we are, underneath the world, where there's so much open space for us to work with. Anyway, look at all that space out there. Let's see if we can use it.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
First things first, let's make a platform for building on. Yes, perfect for a drone port. Just gotta run some power for it. You know, I'm fairly certain the thing will fly off even if we don't give it any materials, so long as we just tell it where to go. We're gonna tell this to fly to Gimme Goodies. So I think in theory, the moment I place this drone down, it should just take off. These sound like promising noises and promising behavior. Bye. Well, there it goes. Halfway across the known universe, all the way to its destination, where it abruptly stops and then appears to maintain a holding pattern, along with this other drone, and I have no idea why. It's not because I put the foundations there, right? It's not like you cared about that before. Well, let's check real fast. Nope, they definitely still don't care. Wait a minute. Looks like the power went out on this. Is that why? Let's fix the power and find out. Oh, looks like that was the reason. Now that we got the green, stuff's landing again. Okay, wait, now I have to know. If I leave it red, also known as no power, how many of you can be up here? Let's find out, shall we? Okay,
oh god! Oh god!
Gimme goodies. Oh boy, and here they go. Stay in formation,
Here we go.
pilots. What did I say about breaking formation? You might be asking yourself, why didn't I just build these things closer? Because then we couldn't have this amazing journey, and we wouldn't be able to see this glorious drone ballet. Okay, here they come. Let's see what happens. I see. Well, I think we know what needs to happen next.
No, we're gonna have a cyclone of fucking drones, bro.
Okay, so I've been at this for a little while now. I've built a couple of drones.
Oh, you're gonna have a whole aircraft carrier of this shit. Oh my fucking god.
But let me tell you, there's a lot of drones here. In total, there's 384 drones here. Spread out underneath our base. And for each and every one of these, they're all set to go to gimme goodies. All right, so let's turn on the power. Oh boy.
Oh,
here goes
Lord have.
nothing.
Oh my god. Oh no, how's this gonna look? Oh
my god. Up and off they go. Off at 2 frames a second to seek fame and fortune.
Yo.
Pilgrimage to the sacred gimme goodies.
Yo.
You know what I did back at the base too? Just to add some fun is I added a bunch of explosives to things. Not sure how that works, but I'm not gonna question it. You know, so we can get that real feeling like they're trying to be shot down. Evasive maneuvers, serpentine, serpentine. And before you know
Kinda
it, here they
low-key
are
satisfying.
coming in to join the queue. Higher and higher and higher. Oh my god, what are we looking at? This is actually really pretty. Huh, you know what? I guess there really isn't a limit. It looks like this really can just keep going forever. I mean, seriously, look how high this goes. There's my cannon, there's the drones, and here's how much higher they go. And boy, is it gonna be a long queue to land at this station. Ah, 1 down, an eternity of drones left to go. You know, let's just use more traditional means to get our stuff from the other base. But let's tackle that next time. By the way, did I mention that I stream? I do. Link is in the description. You should check it out. So I hope you had fun. I know I did. And I'll see you next time.
Dear Lord, this is madness. We have one more after this one.
Josh, welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing Satisfactory today. My favorite
Yay.
factory game that's all about excess. Like, you could build a normal factory, but why? When you can make abominations like this. And then when this base gets completely out of control, you can slide your way across the map and make something even more wild. But that's really the beauty of this game, is take something and make it beautiful in your own way. Like, it gives you stuff like drones, which are used for transporting items, or you can make hundreds of them, slap explosives all over them, and then send them all across the map and pretend you're in Top Gun. Watch your 6. Oh, and also I sent them all to try and land on one platform. So now they're just waiting forever. A beautiful column of drones into the sky. Anyway, welcome to Satisfactory. Where
That's
everything
so
in my base is a
satisfying, though.
mess. And in this video, we're gonna try and make that better. Spoiler, we're gonna make it worse. While that's all cementing in your brain, let me tell you about today's sponsor. I've partnered with Paradox Interactive to highlight a hot deal coming up right now for City Skylines.
City
so let me tell you the 2
Skylines.
things you need to know most. For one, you can play City Skylines right now for free, because from November 10th to the 14th over on Steam, it's free to download and try for yourself. And the
I kind of miss this game,
is
low-key.
this game is amazing for screwing around. Oh, and also building like functional, sprawling cities. I wouldn't personally know, unless you count what I'm doing here, where I'm changing a simple bridge into something a little more adventurous. Yeah, let's go with adventurous. Sorry, officer. I hope you don't have anywhere to be in a hurry. And in addition to this, we're also
Lord
just
have
trying to make
mercy.
people as unhappy as possible. And if we're lucky, a bunch of, quote, natural disasters will bless our city. Somebody call the fire department. Just kidding. I deleted all those. I mean, this is all kind of a form of city management, right? So if you're up for some
Oh
city
my
building
God.
or city unbuilding, maybe take
I
a gander at
miss
the
this
link in the
game.
description, which will take you where you need to go
but I
to
don't
get
have the
started.
time
So that's
to
pretty much
dig
it.
back into
Super
this
easy
game.
recommendation. I'm sure the game agrees with me that City Skylines is a blast. And thanks again again to Paradox
Yeah,
for
a blast.
sponsoring. So our first major thing we have to do is find a way to get all of these resources from this base, and we're gonna move it over here to something new. Specifically, these beautiful floating platforms. I mean, look at all the lush landscape here. We've got platforms to put stuff, we've got waterfalls, and we've also got all kinds of flora to destroy. Who said you could grow in my new base? But don't worry, we have a tried and true solution for that. What do you think of this tree?
Are we gonna see the
much-
after?
oh,
Woo!
Much better. And I haven't forgotten about you pesky leaves. Everybody gets a piece. Oh, but there's so much of this to take out. That's okay. I think I have a solution for how to take care of this stuff quickly. It's called explosives.
Yep.
First things first, we gotta do a
Bombs.
quick test. I realize this doesn't seem like it'll pack a punch, but it should be enough to take care of this little old tree. Here goes nothing.
Wow.
Yep, that sure worked a treat, didn't it? Well, I think we know what needs to happen now. We gotta put these things all over the place. There's plenty to go around. You know, I kind of have to wonder, is this overkill for one plant? Like, I could just walk up and do this to all of those, but who wants to do landscaping with their hands? Anyway, I'm sure that this will be enough. We've got explosives in pretty much everything. Too many? No such thing. And it's not just up here either. We've also rigged everything down here. These trees are gonna be no match for all these explosives. Anyway, here goes nothing. Yeah, take that, all you individual little bushes. Uh-oh, did I miss one? Just kidding. Aw, see, now this is what progress looks like.
Oh my god.
Progress, we mean
Oh my god.
everything not nailed down. Yep, that'll about do it. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily know, because it turns out some of this foliage is permanent, but that's okay. Anyway, now that we have all this emptied out space, it's time to bring our stuff
that's
over.
terraforming.
Starting with our desert
Oh,
base,
Lord,
as it's
this-
closer. And in case you're wondering, what are we gonna do with all of these drones? Are we gonna use them for beautiful transporting? And the answer is no. What I'm trying to say is this thing is like a monument now. So there's no way
It's
we're
another
touching it. And
landmark.
honestly, it doesn't matter where in the world you are. All you need to do is look to the sky, and there's Drone-tasia just waiting for you. So you're probably wondering, if not the drones, how are we gonna transport all of this stuff? Because oh boy, is there a lot. You know, like these things, and all of this stuff. But don't you worry, the solution is right in front of us. It's called a tractor. So versatile, so bulky, and we're gonna use it to get over this ridge right here. And it's not gonna be as easy as just hopping in and driving this thing over everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty good at handling some of this, but we can't possibly ask it to handle all of this, can we? Wait, or can we? Easy, easy. Just watch your head, buddy. Nope, I take it back. We are nice and stuck. And it's not like we can just start it even closer, because there's no way it's going to be able to traverse all this stuff. But that's okay, we're going to employ the use of another friend. Do you remember these? Jump pads. Here's a refresher in case you don't remember. That's it. They launch you. But the one thing I don't know for sure is if we can use trucks on these. So let's give it a shot and find out. Here goes nothing. Oh, shiver me
Lord have
timbers, it
mercy.
does work. Well, this gives me an idea. If we can get it to bounce off one like that, then why not more? You get to set their overall trajectory, and you can adjust that any way you want. So if I move this so that it's basically gonna land right here, and then I take another one and I place it here, so that whatever's flying off of this first pad will fly right into the air and then land on this one, and then will it bounce up and fly all the way over there? Only one way to find out. Here goes landing on one. All right, let's see if it lands on two. Oh my goodness, it sure does. Well, I'm sure we can see where this is gonna go, right? All we need to do is put a bunch of these things all around over here so that they can get us up there. This shouldn't be hard at all. We can just build foundations and then put our little jump pads on these, positioning them in such a way so that we have a good place to put the next one. And then once that one's in position, we just go ahead and set up for the next one. We know where it's gonna land, and then so on and so forth. And okay, hold please.
Here we go. How's it gonna look?
Okay, so I was working on these for a while, and oh boy, all the things I have to show for it. So many jump pads. I wish this jump pad business was an Olympic sport, because I would definitely get like bronze or like 4th place. Anyway, let me get to the starting point so you can experience the whole thing as it was meant to be experienced. So here's basically how it works. We get in this truck, and then we go down to this first jump pad. And once we do that, it bounces up to here, and then it goes up to here, and then this bounces you farther and farther, and you get the idea. Will this actually work? Only one way to find out. Let's go.
And I can tell that
Mission
you
successful on the first couple of bounces, leading up to these bounce pads that should propel us forward. And oh boy, do we have a journey ahead of us. But the good news is my horn works. Yeehaw! Oh, got a little off kilter there, but it looks like we're back on. As you can see, this is an exact science. What a lovely new way to experience all the ins and outs, the nooks and crannies of this base. Oh my god, it's going so well so far. Well, that'll teach me to say anything. And attempt number 2. Much cleaner liftoff this time. I have high confidence. Look how we're landing on each one of those pads. Whee!
Yep.
You know, and you can say what you want, but you sure can't beat these views. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Looks like that's it.
Uh-oh.
Nope, no, it's not. Oh, it only took 2 tries, but we made it up. Yep, the system is perfect. And before you know it, we're catapulting across these beautiful canyons. It couldn't be more simple, except for that one that I really didn't think we were going to make. I would like to take this opportunity to mention that I cannot believe this is working at all. Well, that's what I get for saying that. Okay, attempt number 553.
Speaking so soon.
And then we bounce off the thing, and then it's like, oops, so it makes it after all. Things are going great. I don't know this for sure, but I think one of the challenges is, especially with a vehicle, it's not an exact science, but also frame rate might play a role in that. But if there's one thing I can tell you, my frame rate is anything but stable. But that doesn't mean I'm not confident we can eventually get this.
God, look at the failures.
This is the farthest we've ever, never mind. Oh my God, I think this might be the one. I think we might make it to the next section. Look at all these successful bounces. Life is beautiful. I set up all of these bounce pads, and for what? This moment, that's what. Look, the finish line. We can see it. Nail it. Nail it. Oh my God, we're gonna do it.
Fuck.
Close enough. Okay, so I think we can agree that this is not going according to plan. And like you, I had a dream of trucks just flying fancy free through the sky. But I think this was probably never meant to be, and I'll show you why. I'm watching this thing from far away, and at a point, something seems to happen. Now, I know from back here it looks like it's fine, right? Looks like it's just hanging out on something. Oh, but that's not the case. It's just frozen in midair. And then as we get closer to it, it just falls right out of the sky. Which leads me to believe that even if we got this working the way we would like it to, there's no way we can automate it, because if we step too far away from the trucks, they won't keep going. And we can't ride every truck to the end.
Are we forgetting another form of transportation?
But before we move on, we gotta test one thing. We gotta test to see what happens when we launch one of these guys. What's wrong, little guy? Why are you so... Oh, no, you don't. Get back here. Where are you going? Hey, where are you going? I said, where are you going? Yes, run straight to the bounce pads. Ah, there we go. Fly free, little guy. It's for science. It's probably fine, right? Don't worry, I'm sure he's just sleeping all the way down this dune. In conclusion, it seems like it worked really well. Anyway, we still need a good solution for transporting all these materials, and I think this is going to be the solution. It's another train station. Station 25. We can do better than that. Let's see, I want to say sand and successful. Wait, stop right there. Sand cesspool. Wait, still not done. Sand cesspool. Yay, we did it. We got there. So we've used trains before, not really to actually transport anything. Back in our old base, we actually have a bunch of trains rolling around right now. They're legitimately here solely to generate electricity, which causes these nuclear plants over here to actually work. Because if they have no reason to generate energy, they won't. And if they're not generating electricity, then they're not generating toxic waste. And if we're not taking steps to ruin every part of the environment, what's the point?
Oh my God.
Anyway, all that to say, back over at this base, we've never tried to use trains for good. I'm not gonna miss an opportunity to build a bunch of rails, especially because where we're building them could use a little more beautifying, don't you think? I know I do. Oh boy, I'm so excited. Especially this will be easy to do and take no time at all.
2 hours.
And connected. Well, that was easy. I'm kind of showing you the end first, but here we are at our station.
Why am I like this?
Why am I like this? Or as I like to pronounce it, yummy, like this. So this thing here is where our trains will eventually end up. And by that, I mean there are rails everywhere. Coming from the station, going over cliff sides, impossible loops that don't really make sense, and then, you know, all kinds of stuff. This part probably wasn't necessary to get the job done, but boy, it sure is fun. And it doesn't really improve once we get to the main you can kind of tell which one's for trains and which aren't, because the train ones are just a lot bigger. Either way, before we mess with these any further, let's head back to our starting platform and make sure this thing works at all. Now leaving station sand cesspool. So the first part of this journey is real obvious and easy. We pick up great speed as we enter the big avalanche of stuff. I like to think of this as the world's weirdest roller coaster, full of twists and turns, clipping through the rock face entirely, and in general just a whole lot of completely unnecessary twists and turns. But really, what would the point be if it were straightforward. Besides, this gives you a chance
Dear
to take in all these
Lord.
glorious views. And then eventually you find yourself on the other side. And thank goodness there's no clipping, because I can just build these rails over rails. What a space-saving convenience, with probably no consequences whatsoever. And then before you know it, we arrive at the other station, safe and sound.
Lit.
Yami like this indeed. And if this train were pulling cargo behind it, this little claw thing would unload it before the train goes back on its way. So let's go ahead and finish this track. So the whole thing is one solid loop of amazing cargo management.
Oh,
Besides,
God.
you saw how quickly we did it the first time. This won't take long at all.
Yep, 2 more hours. Now, how's it
And
gonna
then
look?
before you know it, ta-da! Track is complete. Excellent. Setting up this behemoth
Dear
of rails and other crap
Lord.
only took a mere 4 hours. Good God. I mean, the good news is I didn't know that this base could get any weirder looking, but it turns out there's always room to improve. So let's pretend you're this up-and-coming rail car just about to pull into the station. Now you can just keep going and have
God, now
yourself
let's
the
see the
return
route.
journey of a lifetime.
Oh.
Commingling with all these conveyor belts in the
Shit.
most claustrophobic way possible. Wow, what a palate cleanser. Honey, I'm home. Round trip only took 10 whole minutes. What a thrill ride. Now that
Dear
the train
Lord.
tracks are all set, the next thing we need to do, we need to take all these materials here that are currently just waiting for something to happen to them, and we need to funnel them all the way back over to the train station. So first things first, I'm adding a freight platform, which if we come around to the other side, we can see that it's got ports for us to feed in the goods. That's where the supplies go to get on the train. So first we're going to build a bunch of these things. Snazzy giant containers. Now these two on
Yep.
the right are for receiving items. We're not going to need those because we're only sending stuff out from here, which means connecting this container over to this thingamabob here. And same with the bottom one for basically no reason. There we go. The conveyor belts are running and hungry for supplies. So basically, previously we had all of these supplies funneled through one belt already, which is this one right here. Instead, we're going to run these supplies over to that container that we set up. There we go. Now supplies
Here we
go
go.
in, and on the other side they pile
I guess you
out,
don't need the
conveniently going
awesome
into our
sink
cargo
no more.
thingamabob so that we can more easily transport everything. What a lovely system we've made for ourselves. Now the
Yay.
next step is we need to add a freight car like that. That way the train's gonna pull into the station, deliver to us some sweet, sweet cargo, and then off it goes for a magical
Woo!
journey. And it sure is hauling ass with that cargo. What a harrowing journey it must be going on. And then before you know it, here comes our bountiful cargo. Choo choo. Quickly, use your grippy fingers to take that off my hands. And just like that, glorious supplies. And then
Nice.
the train starts its journey home to get another haul. Well, if one thingy of cargo is good, surely more is better, right? I mean, really,
Yeah.
how many of these can we add? Because I'm just gonna keep going until it stops me.
Why?
So based on initial estimates, no, there is not a limit to how many train cars you can put on this thing. Like, it's kind of hard to see because it's just more cacophony in here. I mean, I just kept connecting and connecting them, and I think I've got like 146 before I gave up. Because
Dear
there's a
Lord.
point where I want to keep adding them, but when you get too deep into this stuff, you just can't see anything. So I guess let's see how this does. Hi-ho silver. All of this goodness slowly pulling into the station. I'll go ahead and load cargo container.
It's only gonna load
number
the one, isn't it?
one. Oopsie daisy, drop it a little forcefully, see if I care. And now moving on to the next one.
Nope, it's just gonna take the one.
Or not. Oh, okay. You're just gonna take the one, huh? Oh, silly me. I didn't set up the station correctly. I selected one load and unload, not all of them like I was supposed to. Well, it's still not stopping, but I think that's probably okay. And, you know, I kind of like the idea of using all of this freight, all for just one cargo container, followed by 8 bajillion empty ones. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I feel like this is the right way to do it. I mean, he's impressed. See? Really impressed. And honestly, so far, so good. It's just slowly
I
making
kinda
its
just
way
wanna see-
downtown. Yeah, just shove that out of the way. It's of no concern to you. It failed where you're succeeding. Come on, you can do it. Push. Come on, pick up some speed. Would these drones say no? I don't think so. They keep climbing. I don't care that you're pulling 8 bajillion cars behind you. I expect you to accomplish the impossible. Oh yeah, definitely the optimal way to be transporting goods.
God.
At
I-
1/1,000,000th a mile an hour. Strike that 0. Are you telling me there were consequences to this? Well, this is stupid. Can't I like get behind it and push or something? Hey, wait a minute. This gives me an idea. I
Wait, more.
will just give it a little push with my own
No.
rail. Okay,
No.
remember, all
Oh
we need to
my
do is
God.
Give it a little push.
Oh my
Watch out,
God.
bolt coming through.
Ah!
Oh. It would appear we've caused a minor derailment. I mean, most of it's still on the tracks, and the important part is the head of the train felt nothing at all, and is still not moving. What if I send another train in? What's the worst that could happen?
Dear Lord.
Yep, went about as well as expected. Okay, you know what? I have kind of an idea. So this is the thing that's stuck. There's got to be some way to move this, and I think I might have just the idea. Is it possible that we can use jump pads for this? So let's go ahead and put a platform and then a jump pad. And now with this thing ready to operate, all we need to do is give this a little push. This is going to be easy. So all I'm going to do is set up a rail that's going to go right into this train car. And in theory, if we hit it just right, it should roll back onto this bounce pad and do a little something like this. Couldn't be more simple. But to give this rail some impact, we got to give it a really long running start. How long, you wonder? How about a little something like this? You know,
oh my god.
And up and up, and at the end of it all, there's a train up
One
here,
train.
just waiting for liftoff. We're so high up, in fact, that we're eye level with our hyper cannon, and also so high up that we're up here with the fog where the air is thinner. So the question is, once we get up there and pilot this interstellar craft, how fast do we think it's gonna go? Well, let's see. Down the hill we go. Okay, so currently we're building speed, just rounding 200 kilometers an hour. Still climbing. Time to collide. But why? I was only going at the speed of light. Okay, what if we nudge it a little bit nicer? Well, that one down there sure felt it. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case that this thing can interact with the jump pad. But that doesn't mean I don't have some other ideas. Like if we put a ramp right here, what do we think will happen? Well, let's see.
Woohoo!
Well, that was pretty good, but not all the way to the other station good. All right, I got one more idea. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we have to try. Maybe what we need is to give it a nice little nudge. There we go. We built like a crappy little tunnel. And if all goes according to plan, this thing will sail right inside it. Oh, how I love doing research with giant multi-ton death machines. Hey, look, it made it, even though we didn't. Well, that seems to have done the trick. And now we're gonna see if we can try something else. We're gonna run this rail right through it, and we're gonna see if we put a train down right here, if when we drive this thing, we can just nudge it. And oh boy, we sure can, kinda. I think you can probably see where this is going, right?
Oh,
That's
dear.
right, we're gonna build a much larger tunnel than that. We're gonna drag it all the way there. Now, we can't do it by hand because the thing has no cohesion. And we can't use the vehicles because that also doesn't work. So train tracks it is. Ah, yeah, there it goes. Just a quick nudge up an otherwise really long corridor.
Oh,
easy. Come on, we're just gonna keep on pushing it. Come on, come on.
Ooh,
come with me.
okay,
That's right,
effective.
Keep on pushing. This is not how I thought this would work, but I'm sure happy it is. And then before you know it, we're at the very end of the tracks, and off it goes.
Yay.
I'm sure it's fine. Wow, look at that landing. That almost couldn't be more perfect. This is where it would have ended up anyway. Wait a minute,
Right.
What the hell is this? How did you guys get in there? Oh, this simply won't do. Now look, I know the cargo basically made it here, but it looks like we've got some cleaning up to do. Yeah, run
Pest
from me.
control.
So I hope you enjoyed what we did here. There's a lot more to come, but we're gonna cap it for now. So I hope you had fun. I know I did, and I'm about to. Hey, now that you've got some free time, why don't you go check out City Skylines? You can check it out for free right now. That is, if it's between November 10th and the 14th, 2022. But hey, you never know. Just go look it up on Steam. Maybe it's on sale right now. You don't know. Anyway, stay tuned for more Satisfactory, and I'll see you next time. Get over here.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey,
This is the moment. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Everything that I have watched was just for this one video.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. Yeehaw, it's time for Satisfactory.
Woo!
The game is officially out after many years in early access, which
Yeah.
means it's time for us to jump back in and see what new wild stuff we can do. My save game still works, by the way. The same save game I've been using for the last 5 years. But
Dear
a lot
Lord.
has changed since the game first started, and nothing is more telling than looking at our unlocks. Like, at some point, this whole menu got confused. Some stuff is updated, some stuff isn't. I can't even tell what's new and what's not anymore. So for that reason, we're gonna leave all this behind and dive into a brand new world. Hey, speaking of diving in, you ever thought about diving into a new browser? What about Opera GX, the browser
Hey, I'm
for
using
gamers?
Opera.
You ever just want to have a little more fun with your web browser? Because with Opera GX and the GX mods, you can. Over in the GX store, you can choose
dear
from
Lord.
a huge amount of official and user-made mods, including the Let's Game It Out mod, and change your background music, keyboard clicks,
Ooh, I kind of like
closing
that.
tab sounds. Hey there, it's Josh. A dedicated wallpaper, different themes and colors, and you can mix and match to your heart's content. Finally, you can use the LGIO mod and have my voice obnoxiously talking when you open a new tab while you enjoy this tapestry of medieval
like
goodness, but with some lo-fi in the background. Just like they had in medieval times. And I love to highlight this other feature in Opera GX because I find it really useful, and that's the GX Corner. This is where you can easily keep up with new game releases, what's on sale, gaming news, and all kinds of other stuff. And you can customize the layout any way you want. Oh, and also, switching from another browser is super easy and can be done in seconds. So if this sounds good to you, use my linky in the description and start Opera GXing for free today. And thanks again to them for sponsoring. And now let's see how things are going over, and hey, no, wait, pay attention to me. Well, that was great. Yes, everything looks good outside. I am very excited about what I am seeing. What awaits us this time, only time will tell. Okay, let's get out there, see what's going on. Oh, and can't forget our all-purpose doohickey that I lovingly fondle with my thumb. Okay, first things first. You, drop pod. Let us deconstruct you for parts. And the next thing up is we need to do a scan for the Satisfactory building blocks of life, iron ore. Where are ya? Show me. And we'll see up here on our little radar where it is. Target acquired. Let's go take a gander. The game's also prompting me to pick up leaves along the way, which is excellent because we got these excessive little grabby hands that'll just suction up anything we get close to. And don't worry, you take as much as you can. Go ahead and be greedy. Oh, and there's our target now. A place to get some iron ore. Well, let's hop on down there and
die. Oh, okay.
We're fine. Hey, you, get away from that. I have a stun prod for such an occasion. In fact, even though it's walking away from it, I need a beauty bubble. Get out of here. Yeah, that'll teach
Hell
you.
yeah.
Anyway, back over to this.
That'll
All
show
we
you.
really need to do is approach it cautiously but optimistically and hold down E to do a little mining. And after a couple of quick taps, victory is ours. Truly, we are conquerors. There is more where that came from, though. We can just keep on hitting this thing, and really, why wouldn't you? And now we have in our inventory all the things we need for right now. Leaves, wood, and finally iron, which we're going to use to build the hub, the heart of your factory. Let's see, where do we want to put this? It would make sense for us to put it somewhere accessible, but we don't normally do that, so I'm not going to start now. I am a big fan if we can make this work, which doesn't seem to want to be the case, but hang on, maybe I just need to go up there first. I mean, if there can be grass, surely there can be a base, right? Sadly, apparently not. I can't seem to find a place where it'll let me do it. We did, however, find one of these guys. Look at that. It's a power. Oh, no.
Oh,
no,
dear.
It was good while it lasted. All right, fine. We'll put it on top of this nice puddle. There we go. It looks so good. And also kind of naked. Where's the roof and stuff? And where am I hearing this mewing noise? What is that? And where is... Oh, hello.
Oh,
yeah,
the
I forgot all
arachnophobia.
about this. These are supposed to be spiders, but I turned on arachnophobia mode. And so your visor in-game overlays a cat face on top of it. How's that for sweet in-game lore? Anyway, whatever. Doesn't mean we're not going to come over here and smack it. Well, hopefully that takes care of that little problem. You know, I don't think it's going to. Something tells me there's more cats down here. Oh, good. There's another one. Quietly hiding from us.
Oh,
well,
God.
no time like the present. Come here. Okay, much better. So we got two components.
I'm gonna be
to this
honest.
thing.
I feel like the arachnophobic mode isn't even... I would probably use it not because I'm afraid of spiders, but because it would probably be a lot easier to spot the spiders if they just turn into holographic cat heads.
The crafting bench, where we can handcraft stuff like iron ingots, where we just push the big old craft button and watch the magic happen. One beautiful ingot at a time. And then over here we have the hub terminal, which we can open up, select a tier, in this case tier 0. Choose the next milestone we're going to work on, bask in the amazing unlocks we get, then we select the milestone, and it sits here and demands stuff from us. In this case, whatever this is. Iron rods, which we make by taking iron ingots and turning them into rods. You know, kind of like going over to the crafting bench, heading on over to the side, selecting iron rod, and then craft a whole bunch of those. And then we drag what we need over there. Then it's like hub upgrade ready to upgrade the hub. I'm sorry, I just don't understand. Could you say upgrade and hub one more time? Oh, hey, and you did. Thank you.
Upgrade
it's
the
also
hub.
clear to me now.
Upgrade
okay,
hub.
we did it. And for our troubles, we now have a frame. And that's how it goes. Now we can do hub upgrade 2, just like the first upgrade, which gave us an equipment workshop, portable miner, and another hand equipment slot. Hub upgrade 2 gives us stuff like a smelter, power line, copper ingot, wire, cable, and another thing we can scan. What a deal.
Lit.
And now they need more stuff. In this case, iron rods and iron plates. No problem. We'll just go ahead and craft these. And then once that's done, upgrade
manual
again,
crafting.
and then watch as more stuff appears. Oh my goodness, now there's a room. And it's under construction. Just like my GeoCities page. Oh, and also a chest for like hiding stuff in an organized manner. That's kind of what containers are, right? And what might this other room be? Ooh, empty.
It's empty.
How full of possibilities. I hope something exciting happens with my crying corner. And we'll know when we do Hub Upgrade 3, which incorporates not just plates and rods, but also something new. It's wire, made from copper, which now we need to go find. No problem, that's what scanning's for. Come here, copper ore, where are you? Excellent. Only 195 miles away. I mean meters. Mile meters. Whatever. What do I look like, a physicist? The only thing that matters to me is we found the found the ore.
The ow.
One, hit the top part until it explodes. And then go for
Lit.
the pure copper ore chewy center. And then back over at the thingamabob. Take that copper, make it into ingots, which we then turn into wire. Feed the machine. Upgrade the thing. Oh my goodness, and also look at this. It looks like we now have a bed chamber. I call top bunk. And not just that, but look over here. We got our best friend. Oh, and not just that. You can actually use the toilet.
Oh, wait,
Here,
what?
take some of this copper I made. And by that, I mean 1 copper. And then we flush it. Yes, excellent. Get it all over the floor.
Why would you do this?
Okay, great. And now back to rapid fire upgrades. Select milestone. Add the stuff that it needs. See there's a thing I don't have. See that it's concrete. And then see that I can scan for limestone. And then I go find
We've
limestone.
gone through the
Excitedly
motions.
slide on the ground to get to it. Triumphantly defend ourselves from the local wildlife. Thank you for your sacrifice. And then stabby until I extract a lot of stuff. Turn that limestone frown upside down by turning it into concrete. Shove it in the machine. High five that button. And so on and so forth. Give the thing to the thing. Push the thing. Watch as things change again, I think. I actually can't tell the difference on this one. Head back in, go to Hub Upgrade 6. Laugh heartily at the things it wants because it's so easy for us. And before you know it, we're not even alone on this planet anymore. Oh my goodness, look at this. We've made a friend. Are you trying to land? How about I just stop you? What do you think of that? Aw, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean what I said. Come on back down. Everything's safe. Just kidding. Aw.
Bruh, no.
Okay, I think I've worked it out of my system. I swear, I'm actually gonna let this thing land this time. And scene. Our very own transport pod thing. At least I think that's what it is. The good news is Tier 0 is done. Now we're on to glorious Tier 1, which is gonna be the foundation for all kinds of stuff. Here's what I plan to do with our little base here. I want everything to come to me. I don't want to have to wander all over the place to find stuff. I want to be able to look at my base and be like, ah, yes, that old thing. I can find anything I need here. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds kind of organized. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Head on up to the stuff sticking out the top, smack, explode. And then luckily to make new stuff, we don't have to go back to base. We can just make it on site here with the crafting bench and the equipment workshop. It's like having a convenience store anywhere you want it. And
so
it's
convenient.
only for you. Anyway, they're worth keeping around for stuff I may need because you can build actual equipment here. In this case, a portable miner, because we need a few of these because they're needed to make the bigger miners. Okay, now we can take this little mining building and it snaps right onto the node. And there it is. What a beaut. And now that that's
Just
done,
snaps
we're gonna
on?
scan for all the various nodes nearby and then put miners down on all those too. And we'll know when our work is done because they'll have a check mark next to them, which means that all 4 of these ones right here will go from just being white like this to looking more like this. I mean, one of them doesn't have one because while a lot of these built just fine, for some reason we're having trouble overcoming this giant boulder in the way. Anyway, that handles all the iron nodes for now, as well as any nearby copper nodes, and also this limestone one. And now that that's done with, it's time for my favorite part. The part where we attach conveyor belts to this mysterious black hole where stuff comes out. Okay, out you go, little conveyor belt. We'll just do a quick one so we can see how it looks. Ah, yes, it's perfect. There's no minerals coming out yet because we haven't given the thing power, which is why this is pulsing red. We're gonna run these conveyor belts first, all the way back to our hub, and that means running all the belts. And in fact, why not have this one zigzag across this one? Yeah, look how good this looks. Finally, a little art. Anyway, they're all connected now.
Oh, dear Lord. We're off to a great start.
The central thoroughfare, you know, for all of our conveyor belt needs. And I do mean all of them. And eventually they all do stop right around here, right outside of the hub. And now the next thing up is getting electricity working, which over on our base thingy is where these things come into effect. Behold, biomass burners. You remember all those leaves we collected? Well, now we'll be able to use them for something. Delicious fuel. But first we need to run power to everything. So we'll just drag a power line from that thing over to here. Yep, like that. And there's 2 of them, so we gotta do it twice. twice. There we go. Connected them both. And now it's just about running these power lines pretty much anywhere we want. In the water? Fine. All the way up here onto this thing? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, now everything is connected. And now back over at the biomass burners. The only thing left to do is pull the switch and watch as I blow a fuse. What do you mean? Is this not enough power? What do I gotta do, math to figure this out? Oh, I see. I have to do a little reading. It looks like all of our factories consume upwards of 45 megawatts. And it looks like each one of these generators do 20 megawatts. Luckily, we can build these biomass burners all on their own, which is actually far more convenient anyway. Because instead, I'm gonna build them over here near this stuff. Just like one here, and also one right there, and then maybe one here. And what the hey, why not a fourth one? And right between all of them, we're gonna put a storage container, which inside this thingamabob, we're gonna shove all of our plant matter that we found. But that doesn't feel like enough. We can do better than that. Well, with all this glorious foliage out here, might as well just run around and siphon it all up. I like to think of it as doing a little landscaping.
Oh, God.
Oops, looks like we missed some bushes, and whatever that is. No problem, easily handled. Gimme, and you get a little nudge.
Oh, you're dead.
Oh, I'm sure it's just sleeping. Anyway, now we have plenty of stuff. Actually, more than enough stuff. This container's all the way filled, and we have so many more leaves left. Well, that's fine. We'll just build more of these. How about 4, in fact? 1 for each generator. Now all we need to do is run some conveyor belts in an organized fashion, each to their own generator. Just like so. And there they go. And then making their way to these various generators to do the hard work so we don't have to. Let's go ahead and reactivate our power. There we go. And look, there it goes. The true mining has begun. Yes, that's the spirit. Minerals for days. This isn't the end of their journey, though. These minerals do eventually reach the...
Hold up. All right, back to it.
To these various generators to do the hard work so we don't have to. Let's go ahead and reactivate our power. There we go. And look, there it goes. The true mining has begun. Yes, that's the spirit. Minerals for days. This isn't the end of their journey, though. These minerals do eventually reach the end of their conveyor belt. And near the base, too, we got this really cool looking monument thing. And you know what I especially like about it? It's verticality, which kind of has me wondering, can we just build stuff like above this? For that, though, we're gonna have to unlock some stuff. Over here in the tier 1 base building milestone, we're gonna need to use some of these foundations. So let's feed the base. Oh, joy, and now it's back to a fancy button. 1, 2, 3, launch. And there goes our supplies right into the upper atmosphere. Or are you? Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't actually know if that's gonna affect some stuff. I'll just put the hub back down and I guess we'll learn together. What I can tell you is the thing is still gone. And if I look directly into the sky, beautiful clear skies and one weird little pixel. Hey, what is that pixel anyway? Wait a minute, that's the thing I eliminated from existence. Oh, wait, it's coming back, apparently. Oh, and here it is. Again. Okay, I see. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Milestone exchange concluded. Okay, well, great. Now we have foundations, which is what we're going to use to build above our hub. At least that's the plan. Let's do some vertical building and see if it works. And it sure seems to be. We can build across, too. Well, so far, so good. This does appear to be directly above the base. And now the question is, can I build something on top of this? Let's experiment by putting a smelter there. Smelt ore into ingots. Yep, looks like it's possible. And we'll go ahead and put that right in the middle. And then from here, we're going to do some more building up. And then across to make an entirely new level again. And then I can place another smelter. Okay, great. Yes, this is looking so great so far.
Perfect.
I kind of like having just one machine per floor. Gives us room to grow. Up, that is. And with us having all of these materials here, we're gonna need a lot more than 2 smelters. Good thing I spent some time building more stuff.
Dear Lord.
Like each one is a little less lined up than the last. And now all we need to do is run these things all the way up there. Honestly, shouldn't be too hard. If I just click and then hold, I can make these go a little bit higher. And then thankfully from here, we can just get it to connect all the way up here like this. That was easy. In fact, you know what? I think we have too much space up here. Let's go ahead and highlight these 3 things and trim this down to a perfect 3x3 grid. And there we go. Nice and even. Now all we need to do is connect this thing right here, making sure to connect every machine to minerals with a whole beautiful system of dragging our stuff up as high as we go. And what an
God.
Who doesn't love their spaghetti airborne? I know I do. Okay, so now we've got a couple of things covered, like copper ingots, as well as iron ingots. And we've also got limestone turning into concrete. Oh, and you know, I gotta wonder something. If we go over here and use the hub, and then launch another pod, is this thing gonna be able to leave? Yep, doesn't look like anything's gonna stop this. Well, that's nice to know. Besides, I don't think it's going anywhere anyway. I think it's just gonna stay up there till it comes back down. And then when it makes its return trip, it does the same thing, using the platforms for leverage before landing smoothly. The future's got cool technology. Now, the next thing we need to work on is building the space elevator, which if you look at it in our building stuff, shouldn't be that hard to build. In fact, I already have most of the things we need. This concrete in particular should be pretty easy. All I have to do is step off the edge, drop down a floor, and wouldn't you know, this one's making concrete. Now, this wire, on the other hand, we don't have a machine for this, but we do now, and belt goes in there. To make wire, though, we need this belt to connect to copper, which is down here somewhere. At least I think it's down here. Ow. Oh yeah, there it is. And we're gonna want to send it out of the other side of this container. Okay, so let's pull the copper out through here, send the conveyor belt over yonder, and then just find a place where it'll work, build that piece too, and then before you know it, copper's arrived at our constructor.
This is the official release.
Giant, beautiful spools of copper. In fact, while we're at it, since we're gonna need stuff that makes iron plates, iron rods, screws, and cables, I went ahead and built constructors for those too. We got iron ingots going in to turn into iron plates, not to mention other iron ingots popping out to make iron rods that are then getting transported all the way to the top conveyor belt and then shoved into another machine to make screws. And of course, we can't forget about the copper wire, which goes in looking like this and then comes out looking like cable. And now that we have all the supplies we need, let's build the space elevator. Oh god, you know, looking at it now, I don't think this is gonna fit. It seems a little too big for the space provided. Okay, just this once, we're gonna make this platform bigger. Okay, there we go. The impossible is now possible. And there it goes, getting built. And if I recall, it does a little song and dance, or whatever we want to call this. And then I think something else is supposed to happen, but I can't remember quite what it is. Oh yeah. Oh, you know, never mind. I remember now. It's burned into my memory forever. And there you have it. Our very own space elevator. And what's that above this? Is that new? It looks like there's more stuff up there. I guess we'd have a better idea if it wasn't so cloudy. Well, either way, let's see what this has to offer to us.
Space elevator.
So basically, we need to get through phase 1, also known as make smart plating. 50 to be exact. And you're probably like, what are smart plates? Well, I'm so glad you asked. We actually unlock it under tier 2 under part assembly, which also unlocks a bunch of other advanced stuff. Assemblers, rotors, modular frames, all of which I think we're gonna need to build that thing. Well, be careful there. You're gonna hit the space elevator. On your way up to that thing, oh hey, we can see it now. Oh, and I guess that's where our little transport thing goes. Up to the mothership. And now that this is unlocked, this is how it's gonna work. We need to shove components into here so that it can get sent up here to whoever lives up there. Although first I need to know if we can keep building up, because I sure would like to know if we can keep building vertically, since it's oh so fun. And the good news is it looks like we can indeed build right through it. I think it's highlighting yellow to let us know it's gonna clip through things. As if we care. In fact, I think it looks better this way. Anyway, this is how smart plating works. To make it, we need these two things. Reinforced iron plates and rotors. Once we have both of those things, we can run a belt from each into this assembler. But to make reinforced iron plates, we'll have to combine plates and screws, and rotors are a combo of rods and screws. So basically, we need 3 assemblers. Well, I guess it's a good thing I built those then. Now it's just a matter of configuring each one. You will make reinforced iron plates, which means hopping down here. This won't kill me, will it? Oh, nice somersault. And by that, I mean using the conveyor belts to climb all the way back up, pull a conveyor belt out of here, which is where the iron plates are coming from, and then send them past the space elevator using this absolutely abysmal looking system to get the plates up there. I mean, it looks fairly organized. All that matters is that they made it to the machine, and then we just head on over to the screws and do it again. And yes, by do it again, I of course mean to add on to this thing. Yes, what a visual splendor. And now we only need to do this 4 more times. Thankfully, for when we're gonna make rotors, one of the things we're gonna need is screws, which thankfully we already have up here. So all we really need to do is run a splitter. And once we have that, we can just split them off and feed them into the next machine. And similarly with these rods, we're gonna use a splitter and use that to send rods up above. Yes, yes, come with me. Join this masterpiece. And now that we have the reinforced iron plates being made, as well as the rotors, we just have to wait for them to do their thing until we have enough of them. Then it's time to take them and feed them into the next machine, where they will make the smart plating. And then that smart plating goes into the space elevator. Wow, just look at it go. And that means loading is done. And now seal it with a kiss and watch as it plunges. And
seal
now
it with a kiss.
Send. Oh, and it looks like it's getting ready to send. Or is it? Can't be too sure about that. Distribution platform completed. Yeah, it looks real complete to me. Oh, it's so peaceful all of a sudden. What about you up there? Oh, hey, that thing's still up there. Whoa. Oh, and it seems to be growing exponentially. Either I pissed it off or this is what happens when you feed the space elevator. I wonder if they're as confused as we are how it built off nothing. Oh, okay, bye. We'll just go ahead and put it back where it was now, as we watch it build up and through all of our stuff again. It's so weird every time.
Why?
Notice this thing is still taking the smart plating, and the reason for that is phase 2 needs not only those, a whole 1,000 of them, but then also these two things. Well, let's get started. As you can see back down here at the hub, we now have tiers 3 and 4 unlocked.
Nice transition.
Because the next thing I want to focus on is coal power, because it's only a matter of time until I run out of biomass. In fact, look at this. Some of the machines have already run out, which means eventually our power is just gonna stop. So let's get this one underway. Oh, how I'll never get tired of watching that thing clip through all my stuff. And then fly up to all that stuff up there, and then parks and rot. I mean, I get it. I love to sit and rot too. I don't even think I would have come back. So the first thing we need to do to get coal working is we need to locate where the coal is. Hey, see, there it goes. What did I tell you? We ran out of power. Never has there been a better time to find coal. It looks like the closest is this one. Well, time to get going. Good thing we can speed it up by sliding. You know what's nice too? If ever I feel like I'm lost, all I really need to do is look around, and eventually I'll find this. A factory that looks like a 3-year-old's coloring book. And that's how I know I will always be
being
safe.
generous, though.
Okay, getting closer. Only 350 meters away. Oh, good. I think I found it. But we have new problems. Like that I'm taking damage just for being in here. But hey, look, I found it. Blah. Great, here's our coal. Thankfully, we can put down a miner from all the way back here.
Nice.
It's that easy, as well as conveyor belts, which I'm gonna slowly run all the way back home. Here's the thing, though. I have a certain aesthetic I'm going for here. If you recall, back over here at my other mining facilities, we have a certain flow. And by that, I mean everything is running through this one space. And so we're gonna continue that, you know, to maintain the beauty of my factory. So what I mean to say is, we're gonna run this conveyor belt all the way around, instead of straight across, which is why from this miner here, it goes up here, then all the way down this cliffside before heading into the water and then back out again. And then finally back over to the green part of the game. Run free with the local wildlife until eventually you pop out where our biomass burners are. And then we're back in home sweet home. I did also run around and grab a whole bunch more plants, because I still need these things running for just a little while longer. Just long enough to get the coal running. Oh yeah, there it goes. Sweet, sweet coal. That sure is taking its sweet, sweet time. How long is this going to take? Excellent question. Let's find out.
45 minutes.
It took 45 minutes. 45 minutes for it to reach the rest of my stuff. And this isn't even counting all the time it's going to take for it to go down this conveyor belt.
Oh god, it's only the arrival.
So I guess it's a good thing I ran by all the other coal locations and then added miners to all of them. I sure hope that means we have enough coal now. Also, the process isn't done yet. Even after we find a place to put the generators, you may notice there's 2 ports on the end. This one on the right is where we bring in the coal, and this one on the left is going to be for water. Because while this thing works, it needs to be cooled. And yes, what I'm saying is we need to bring water to it all the way up there, which is of course going to involve building more platforms, because the things we need to make, like this water extractor, it requires copper sheets, which luckily is easy. It's just copper ingots turned into sheets, but we still got to make the machine that can do it and make sure that we have copper going into it. You know the drill at this point. Basically just run around and survey all this garbage until we see somewhere that has copper. And I don't know, this machine looks like it can spare some, otherwise there wouldn't be a queue. So we'll just add a conveyor splitter, pull some of that copper away, and there we go. Crisis averted. Horrific mess extended. And now that we've got these things being manufactured, now we can make all kinds of fun stuff, because we're also going to have to mess with pipes. And luckily, right down at the bottom of our big tower, there is a whole bunch of water. So I got a feeling we can just pull from here. If it's good enough for that thing, it's good enough for us. See, the water extraction thingy fits perfectly. Except you see that port where the water's going to be pumped out of? We're actually going to rotate that over this way. I swear this will make sense. Because after all, we can't just take the pipe and just run it straight on over to this thing. No, sir, we have a system.
Oh god, it's gotta start from the
to flow through the same corridor as everything else. After all, this is how water wants to be traveling, right? And I'm realizing something I can actually do here is that I can actually run these pipes straight up like this. And actually, for that matter, we also have conveyor belt lifts used to move resources between floors.
Why are we gonna use that?
Our system seems pretty effective, so I don't think I'll be going straight up the side of the building. This just seems so much more classy. Yes, that's what we'll call that. Classy.
How does it look?
So very classy. I like it. It's like a water park gone horribly wrong. And now that the coal is also going in there. Now we have nice fresh coal power. Or actually, I don't think it's working. What do you mean you're not getting any water? I mean, the water thingy appears to be working, or at least it's on. And if we look over at the pipes, look at that. That's a good thing. That means that water is actually pumping through it. All right, explain to me what's going on. Okay, I see. We're getting okay flow rate. And as we can see, as we go further down, things are still pumping like they should. I don't know. So far, so good. Even as we enter this mess where all of our conveyor
probably when it hits the vertical.
Looks like the flow is still pretty all right. But as the pipe keeps going and we get closer to this thing, the water is now just non-existent. No problem, easy fix. All we need to do is make pipeline pumps. Attaches to a pipeline to apply head lift. Well, those are some fancy words and I'm not an engineer, but I think what it means is once I build one of these things, it starts doing whatever it's supposed to do. In this case, I think it's really getting the flow rate up, because if we head way further down, what used to be empty is now all the way full. Well, good, that seemed easy. And it carries on even as far as this pipe, where it's not quite as much. And then if we head up here and look at this pipe, oh no, nothing is there. Whatever, I'm sure more pumps solve everything. See, there it goes. Anyway, you get the idea. Basically, the pumps do the hard work of making sure this water keeps flowing. And excitingly, this process works. And it works all the way to the coal factory, which is now online and working like it should. We've done it. We have sweet, sweet coal power running. And since we have 7 lanes of coal, obviously we're gonna need 7 generators and 7 total water pipes. No problem. I'll just build as many of these things as will fit in the river. But whatever, if it works, it works. And boy, howdy does it work.
Oh dear Lord.
Take me hours and hours of time to make sure that water would flow through all of these individual pipes so we can get water all the way to the very top. But what's important is it worked. All the coal factories all the way down all work like a charm now. And now I'd love to celebrate this momentous occasion by sending more crap into the space elevator. Doesn't seem too hard. We'll just make versatile frameworks and automated wiring. No problem. We just need to head over to tier 3 and unlock basic steel production, which gives us a foundry, which the iron ore and the coal combine to make steel ingots, which we can then use to make steel beams and steel pipes. And before you know it, a versatile framework is born. And oh my goodness, we're having twins. And into the space elevator they go. And now that that's done, all we need to do is head over to tier 4 and right on over to advanced steel production, which gives us industrial beams, stators, motors, and finally it all comes together to make automated wiring, which is now being shoved into the elevator. And all it costs us to set this up is a whole bunch of more machines and a more horrific amount of conveyor belts. Like every time we add something, I gotta drag more minerals all the way up. For example, when we needed concrete for those encased industrial beams, we had to take this concrete, run it all the way up, and then it climbs basically up the entire tower, all the way from here to about here. So it eventually peels off to go into one of these machines. And then before you know it, the elevator is full. And seal. But before we send all that stuff off, I had kind of a thought, which is looking up at all of our stuff, we're not that far from this thing. So I kind of wonder, can we stand on top of it? And the only way we're gonna know for sure is if we build up to it. And that's why I built this thing.
Oh my god, that's so aesthetic though.
Thing. And you may notice the higher up we got, there seems to be some structural problems, because the higher up we got, we started to run into some invisible walls, presumably because of how close we are to this thing. And for a while I could just go around it, but at a point I just couldn't keep building. Luckily we're able to remedy that issue by building off to the side, which not only serves its purpose, but looks great. And you might be wondering, why did I build so high? Well, I can demonstrate why. You would think I could just jump down, but no, there's an invisible barrier. Observe! Ow. But now here we are walking on a flat surface I guess we just can't see. And what's great too is if we just look at the space elevator, we can access it from here. So now it's time to send and see what happens. Okay, well so far so good. I see nothing happening. Ugh. Nope, that was something all right. Okay, now things are moving. Or well, things were kind of moving. Oh, maybe this is it. This is all that's happening. Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad to see the space elevator is still building while I fall to my death. The sacrifice was worth it to see you grow big and strong. Really enjoying the view from my corpse. Well, this has been a fun start. I'm really enjoying building vertically. And the nice thing as we look at our weird creation is we clearly have lots of room to grow. I want to thank Opera GX again for sponsoring this video. Link in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. So I hope you had fun. I know I did. And I'll see you next time.
I'm done! I finished! Finally! Woo!